nearly 24 times. And by 2032, it plans to send the first astronauts to live and work on the lunar surface.
That's correspondent Sophie Flay. 5 students in North Texas now in the quarterfinals of the 2026 Scripps National Spelling Bee.
The competition is going on now in the nation's capital. The local kids include Benjamin Pearson of DeSoto, Avishka Dudala of Prosper, Krish Manjaneth of Koppel, Luke Sterlin of Burleson, and Bidan Batorai of Euless. Last year's national spelling champ was Faizan Zaki, a Plano ISD student who lives in Allen. The competition continues through Thursday of this week. Stacey Keene, KTSA News.
KTSA News Time 6:03.
Hello, Connecticut. May I help you?
This is Bill Tyson. Is this my Connecticut Pro?
Yes, Mr. Tyson. What can I do for you?
Calling from Yellowstone National Park.
Mm-hmm.
Old Faithful just erupted and reminded me I didn't set the vacation bypass in my Connecticut water conditioner. Would you run over to my house and set it? I've hidden the key under my doormat.
Well,
I forgot to set the bypass last year. I had that other brand, and the softener used up 4,000 pounds of salt in a week.
Mr. Tyson, relax. With your new Connecticut, there is no vacation cycle or any worries about salt.
Oh.
If you don't use any water, your Connecticut won't either. We not only believe in saving salt, but also in saving water.
Would you go over and unplug it then? I'm trying to conserve electricity.
You forget that your Connecticut doesn't use electricity either. There's nothing to plug in. And don't forget that your Connecticut is also completely automatic.
I mean, I can relax and enjoy my whole vacation?
That's right.
This is great. I've got Old Faithful here at Yellowstone and an Old Faithful in my Connecticut water conditioner at home.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Hi, Trey Ware here. If you have pain and limited movement, you're not able to do the things you love to do, but you're not interested in surgery to get better, then contact my friends at Evolve Medical Group. They do PRP, stem cell, hormone replacement, and so much more. They even do primary care at evolvemedgroup.com.
It's time to improve your home, slow it down, and do it right. Choose a company worthy of your trust and worthy of your family. For windows, siding, and doors, call or visit southwestexteriors.com. Southwest Exteriors, the look you love coming home to.
Hey, this is Richard at Pride Floors. Want a cleaner, richer look in your home? Visit our showroom and explore the newest European oak styles. Quality products, lifetime installation warranties. Near 1604 in Lock Hill, Soma. At Pride Floors, we take pride in our floors so you can take pride in your home.
KTSA News Time 6:04. Spurs could be in some trouble. Let's see what's happening in KTSA Sports, sponsored by Connecticut Quality Water Systems.
In the NBA, there was no joy on Military last night as the Spurs fell in Game 5, 127-114. It was a lackluster performance at best. The Spurs were led in scoring by Julian Champagne. He had 22 points. Shot 50% from 3. Wemby had 20 points, 0 from 5 from 3. Lackluster, flat-footed is no way to go through life, son. They'll look to bounce back at home Thursday night, 7:30 tip at the Frost. The Texas Rangers beat the Houston Astros last night 10-7. Jake Leiter takes his second win of the season. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTSA News Time 6:03.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
Now let's get a quick check of KTSA Time Saver traffic.
Good morning. Still dealing with that closure on I-10 eastbound Hildebrand to Woodlawn. Very serious accident. So we do have a closure traffic stop from West Avenue. Looks like they're still forcing traffic to exit onto the frontage road. So Fredericksburg Road is a good alternate route. This is going to set you back about 15 minutes or so. On Wetmore, northbound, southbound at Broadway, those traffic lights are malfunctioning, not working correctly, so treat that as a four-way stop. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Some sun, but a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, mainly early. It'll be humid with the high of 84. Watch for an evening thunderstorm in the area, otherwise partly cloudy and humid. The low 72 along the Riverwalk and 67 in Hill Country. Then humid with a mix of clouds and sun for Thursday, the high 88. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
Cloudy skies and more rain on the way. Temperature 64 degrees at San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
News Talk 550 KTSA.
Ware and Rima, 6 till 10. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
6:08, 8 minutes after 6. It's 6:08 at KTSA, 8 minutes after 6 o'clock. And this happened last night.
To the people in this room, to the people watching at home, and to the people of the great state of Texas, tonight, we just made history. I want to thank my family, my kids, my grandchildren, the Paxton Patriots, and every single person here today. Without your love, your support, and your prayers, we would not be here tonight celebrating this incredible victory. I'd also like to thank all of the grassroots, local, state, and national leaders who supported this campaign, including Congressman Brandon Gill, who just spoke, Lance Gooden, Congressman Nels, Congressman Wesley Hunt, and Congressman Ronnie Jackson.
And then, of course, this is Ken Paxton and his victory speech last night over John Cornyn, and the president still is undefeated. Here's some more from Ken Paxton.
Today, change was on the ballot, and change won. Let me be clear, this is not just my win, this is your win. We just proved that this Senate seat doesn't belong to Washington. It belongs to you, the hardworking men and women of this state.
That is the key to all of this. You know, forever, Republicans have talked about making a change, kicking out the guys, draining the swamp, however you want to put it, and yet the same guys, like John Cornyn, were reelected time and over again. This time, the change is real. 64 to 36% was the final last night on this deal. It wasn't even close. In fact, Sean, they were able to call it within the first few seconds of the poll.
I mean, look, the numbers kind of speak for themselves in this case here. Polls just closed, as you said here. We were really just waiting on the Mountain Time Zone, a couple counties to come in. But it was evident literally from the first 5 seconds here of this election night because we just started getting results really quickly that showed a total shift, a total reversal from the preliminary back in March when these two candidates, Ken Paxton and John Cornyn, ran against each other. Back in March, as a matter of fact, Cornyn finished in first place over Paxton. He beat him by about 2 points. Neither one of them got a majority. That's why we had this runoff.
And the only thing that changed was Donald Trump. So let me give you some numbers real quick. Donald Trump is still undefeated. In governorships, he's won 8 out of 8.
Yeah.
In the U.S. House, he's won 101 out of 101. And in the Senate, he's now won 9 out of 9. Donald Trump is the difference maker here.
Well, absolutely he is. He's got the Midas touch. I mean, I kind of had that feeling when I was off last week, and he gave the endorsement to Paxton that, I mean, it was handily won. I mean, the number 60% to what? Whatever.
64 to 36, yeah.
I mean, we went late to vote.
I mean, I'm rounding it off, but 64 to 36, yeah.
We went late to vote after my wife got done work, so we literally voted during the last hour they were open, and it was already a done deal pretty much by the time we walked in. I mean, I'm happy for. I voted for Ken. I'm happy with it.
Me too. And this is obviously an anti-incumbency thing because Mays Middleton 55% to Chip Roy's 45%. Now in District 35, the only other one to really talk about all that much is the newly created District 35, which is right where we're seated up to the east side, runs up I-35 to the east side of Austin, and Garcia will go against De La Cruz. Both of them won yesterday. Paxton, back on him for a second, he was outspent 9-1.
Right.
9-1. And, of course, immediately, and I'm going to get into this with the sound today. I told you before we started, I got a whole bunch of sound.
Sure.
But, the media immediately started to talk about he's a crook, he's a horrible person,
Oh, sure.
he's a murderer, he's a this, and, all the stuff that they like to say. He's a bad guy. He's a horrible human being. He's going to destroy the country. This is bad for America. Here's Van Jones on CNN last night.
This is a bad night for America. You have a good man running against a bad man, and the bad man won. And
to do this, right? They're going to call Ken Paxton the bad man. He's the boogeyman. He's the awful man. Later on CNN, their little panel was going on.
There's a lot of opportunity. And the fact that they're going after James Tallarico the way they are, but these silly attacks about whether he eats meat or not, or whether he's
that's the worst that they come up with.
We can go further.
I'm sorry.
There's 12 million cows in Texas.
I get it.
If you want to say the Ken in Texas, please, there's 6 genders. I think there's going to be a lot of
the American flag is a complicated symbol.
So the media is obviously going to cover up what I like the new name, Tallarico. They're going to cover up what Tallarico believes. He believes the border should be open. He believes that children should be mutilated through operations. He believes and loves trans children. These are all things that have come out of his mouth. He believes there are 6 genders, and he believes God is non-binary. So all of these things he will have to answer to here in Texas, although the mainstream media is going to try to cover all of those things.
Sure. And first off, thank you for sitting up and watching all the commentary last night, because I couldn't bear it. I got to go to bed by 8, and so the last thing I saw was Paxton on Fox News saying he just called John.
Yeah.
Both guys, I thought, handled it in a very classy way,
Absolutely.
which is not something you see all the time these days.
No.
As far as what happens next, Tallarico can't possibly run on his own worldview and his own statements. So Paxton's going to be the bad man, and the bribery thing is going to come up, and the divorce thing. They're going to slog through all of that because that's all they have. But and you and I think, talked about this yesterday, all Paxton has to do is work from the Trump playbook and play Tallarico's own statements and quote him over and over and over. This is what you're up against.
And they got to play that on the media, because the media is going to cover all that. What they're going to try to do is present him as a moderate. He's not even close to being a moderate. He's a devil out of hell is who Tallarico is.
I like that.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
So here is John Cornyn. You were talking about class, and John Cornyn has always been a classy guy.
More than 4 decades. And 18 consecutive campaign wins. Tonight, we've come up short in this primary runoff. A few years ago, I had a friend of mine say, "You know what makes God laugh?" He said, "When we make plans." I've spent most of my time in the Senate building the Republican Party in Texas and in the U.S. Senate, and I've always supported the Republican ticket, and I intend to do so again in this general election.
All right, we'll take a quick break. More Ware and Rima coming up. Our friends over at Stevens Roofing. After last night, please call them this morning at 210-785-0994 and have your roof inspected. We had those incredible storms that came through with heavy downpours, even hail in some parts of the area, and high winds. So it's highly recommended today that you have Stevens come out as soon as they can get there. Take a look at your roof, inspect every shingle, take a look at every nail in your roof, take a look at every square inch of your roof, which is exactly what they do, and they will not charge you for this roof inspection. That way you know if you're okay or not after these storms came through. There's even more storms down to our south this morning, but the vast majority of it is off to our east now. But after it passed through last night, you need to make sure that your roof is okay, and the best way to do that is with our local roofing contractor in San Antonio, the company that understands roofs from here. They've been doing it for more than 40 years at Stevens Roofing. So if you've got a small issue that developed last night in all those storms, it could turn into a major interior issue that'll end up costing you thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. You don't want to go there. So get old Stevens out there as soon as you can and let them take a look at your roof. And again, they do not charge for this roof inspection. Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. As I said, all that stuff is off to our east and down to our south now. We're in pretty good shape. Going to dry out the next couple of days. Partly sunny, humid, high of 85, 64 now, KTSA.
Good morning. On I-10 eastbound, still closed between Hildebrand and Woodlawn. Earlier this morning, a very serious accident. So we've got a closure. Traffic stop from Vance Jackson, 15-minute delay. They're still forcing traffic to exit onto the frontage road. There'll be a police investigation. So Fredericksburg Road is still a good alternate route. 35 on the frontage road, northbound, southbound, between Splashtown to Benzengelman, closed due to flooding at Salado Creek. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Local roots, national focus, global perspective. Stay connected. News Talk 550, KTSA, and FM 107.1.
Well, I really do love Amity Bank. They're the ones that I trust with our finances and our money. And I know that it's safe, and I know that it's protected by Amegy Bank, and I know that our best interests are what they think about all the time at Amegy Bank. That's just who they are. And it doesn't matter if you have $5 in there or $5 million in their bank. They really do take great care to make sure your money is taken care of and that you're doing the things that benefit your family. That's what they focus on, or families. And it starts at the top. One of the greatest family men I've ever known is David McGee. He and his wife are just lovely people, and they got great family members, and that comes throughout their entire organization. It just comes through, and every time you deal with them, whether you send them an email with a question or you actually walk into one of their branch locations around, newest ones at Bitters and 281, and have a conversation with them, you get that sense that they're out for you to take care of you in every sense of the word. And particularly when it comes to small business loans, they're the SBA leader in the state of Texas because they really focus on helping small businesses get established and keep running and really thrive no matter what the economy is doing. So I trust them, and I know you can too with Amegy Bank. They do it all. So check them out. You can go online, AmegyBank.com, Amegy NA, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you go to a doctor, you don't want any games, you don't want to run around, you don't want any gimmicks. Okay, that's why I recommend my friends over at River City Oral Surgery. Dr. Mark Havercorn and his team over there are no games. They don't play around over there. They want you to have the best in oral surgery and oral care. And that's what they do at River City Oral Surgery every day. Let me give you an example. Right now, if you're thinking about getting wisdom teeth taken out, $1,500 is all you're going to pay. And that's everything. That's the exam, that's the x-ray, IV sedation, routine post-op care. It's right there for you. You're not going to meet with somebody in scrubs who's actually a salesperson who's going to try to sell you something you don't need. All you do is go online at rivercityoms.com. The prices and procedures are right there, so you know exactly what you're going to pay before you ever go into place. Okay? Check them out today. rivercityoms.com.
When you hear a good deal, it's natural to do a double take. That's what you might do when you hear Discover will automatically double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
After 56 years in San Antonio, Ben Adams Jewelers is going out of business. Save up to 80% off or more on everything store-wide. Hurry into Ben Adams Jewelers. Our going out of business sale ends Saturday, June 6th.
Guests of Ware and Rima appear via the Stevens Roofing Newsmaker Hotline.
The eastbound lanes of Interstate 10 northwest of downtown near Hildebrand are shut down. All of them are. They will be shut down for a while. Apparently a individual walked out in the middle of traffic and is no more, so avoid that area if you can. We're Ware and Rima, KTSA.
Well, just a couple of things. First off, it didn't seem like it was a great night for incumbents on the other side as well because Al Green's gone. He lost out. So, it was an interesting night. The other thing that's on my mind, we were talking yesterday about Iran, and Trump's having a cabinet meeting today. He was going to have it at Camp David, but the weather sucks, so he's going to have it at the White House.
That's right.
You and I were both talking yesterday about how, talking about our ill-ease at how we keep kind of ending up in this place where we're just on the brink of a deal. Rubio was talking yesterday about Trump's going to give diplomacy, all the time it needs. I take hope from Jack Riccardi because when we were talking at the very end, Riccardi said, because you and I were like, we both agreed that, is he being played by these guys? I mean, every president's been played by these guys time and time again. You get close to a deal, and then there's no deal, and they're allowed to keep the nukes. And we were talking about that yesterday about the stuff we heard over the weekend over how international observers will watch them or they'll destroy it. They'll hand it over to maybe China or Russia. That's what the New York Post was saying. I'm not feeling good about it. Then Riccardi comes on at the end of the show and says, don't count Trump out yet, essentially.
Oh, yeah,
says, he's the ultimate deal maker. And, and I had the thought late in the show that maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Trump is stringing them along. I don't know. I really have no idea. I don't know if you do either or if either one of us has a sense as to how good this thing is going. But I don't know.
I don't know, Sean. I don't have any inside information or anything I don't have anything that you don't have or Jack doesn't have, other than just watching these people for my entire life, right? I paid close attention to this throughout all my career. And Iran's leader, he proved it again last night. Yeah. He said, death to America, death to Israel. That's what we're about. Israel is in the final stages. They are a cancerous tumor that must be removed from the planet. So I've made it very clear. Something happened. In fact, I said this yesterday to you.
Right,
Something
right.
happened 7 weeks ago, and Donald Trump flipped. Before that, he was kicking ass and taking names. 7 weeks ago, he flipped. Iran said, "Okay, let's have a 2-week ceasefire." That was 7 weeks ago, and we predicated on opening the straits. They never opened the straits, so the ceasefire was null and void. Why we haven't been just pummeling these people into utter no existence. I'm not talking about the civilians. I'm not talking about them.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the guys who are the leadership who are saying, "Death to America." Nothing about the leadership has changed.
No, and they're still laying mines in the strait. I mean,
Right.
that's still going on.
Right.
So I'm not really getting the ceasefire. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
They haven't changed. So if we get a deal tomorrow and this deal goes through, what's to make us believe that it's going to be any different than it was in 79, 83, 84, 87, 92? Nothing in my mind.
You're right. Something is holding him back from going all out. And we know what I mean by that.
Yes.
And again, nobody wants civilians to die.
No.
I mean, the Iranians know that too because they're playing up the civilian sacrifice lingo right now. You're hearing a lot of that crap from Iran about mobilizing everybody or the mass sacrifice. You'll see something you've never seen before as far as the citizens got to rise up against the infidel and all that. So it's almost like they're priming everybody for this idea that if Trump does go all out, that a lot of civilians are going to die, probably at their own hands. So I don't know.
You just said it right there.
Well, yeah, they'll set them up to be slaughtered and then try to hitch it to Trump. So I agree with you that something changed in this situation that we're not aware of, because when he first went in, it was not going to take this long.
It was balls to the wall.
It was.
And when I look at where we are now, we're now 7 weeks behind where we were.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, we have a fertilizer crisis, okay? Yeah. Where our farmers have to be planting using fertilizer right now, and they can't get it. The other one that we have a crisis with, believe it or not, go have your oil changed in your car now. Good freaking luck.
Oh, really? I got to do that, actually.
Do you?
Yes.
The average oil change used to be around $40 to $50, depending on where you went.
Yeah.
Depending on where you
we
went.
usually pay about $40 at this place we go to.
Now it's double or more because of the price
I think Ralph paid over $100.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Right.
Yeah, $116 for me last week.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
Without filters. I told him to put off changing the filters for one more oil change.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the American people are in a bind now that was unnecessary had we just pummeled these guys 7 weeks ago and not stopped. We were on the track to totally decimating and eliminating this regime. This regime was going to be gone. The strait would be open now.
Yeah.
Oil would be flowing again. Fertilizer would be passing through there again. Something happened 7 weeks ago, and I don't know what it was.
I don't either. And Breitbart was putting out a bunch of numbers yesterday. I can't remember the exact study, but polling people on how they feel about the economy. They call it the pocketbook factor, I think.
Yeah.
Is pretty low because people are taking it. They're getting hit.
Well, their story, it was interesting because they're saying MAGA is now starting to go, hey, it's not just American citizens.
Right.
MAGA, Trump supporters are now going, dude, do something.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens today in the next few days with the cabinet meeting. And
I will say this:
proceed.
last time he did the Camp David thing, he came out and sent the B-2s out of Missouri.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, we'll see. I got to throw this out. Did you see RFK Jr. picking up the snakes on Oz's lanai?
I did.
What is it with that guy and animals? That guy, he's got a really interesting relationship with animals.
He's a rock and roller, man.
Yeah, there's a couple of black racers zipping around Dr. Oz's, it looks like a lanai to me, in Florida, and RFK Jr. just goes and picks them both up. They're biting him.
Cheryl's yelling, Bobby,
what are you doing? And he just unfazed guy just picked up a couple of snakes.
I mean, it's the guy that messed with bears,
did he
and
cut the head
else.
off a whale
he
at
did,
some point?
Something I don't remember, but he doesn't care. He's like he's really awesome.
I don't know why. I found it very cool. You know, I mean, how many people would go and pick up a snake of any kind?
2 of them.
And this guy's picking up a couple of them and, you know, not messing with them, but they're biting them all over the place.
He's around snakes all the time.
Huh?
He's around
big
snakes all the time.
Right. Politics.
He grew up around a bunch of snakes, didn't he? All right, we're wearing Rima KTSA over at Texas Rhino Shield. You won't find any snakes. What you're going to find are some great people that are going to put a wonderful coating on your house. It's a ceramic coating that's 9 times thicker than paint. So it protects your home like paint will never do. And we have, of course, the UV rays beating down on us all the time around here, and that stuff will mess up paint in a heartbeat. Paint around here really only lasts a few short years. Everybody gets a different mileage out of their paint, but, I mean, it only lasts a few short years because of the UV rays, just fading the stuff, cracking, paint, you know, peeling, chipping, all that other stuff. None of that happens with Rhino Shield, and they give you a warranty in writing for 25 years to give you that peace of mind that you're looking for. And Nancy and I got it several months ago when we had Rhino Shield put on our house. And I got to tell you, it was a great experience all the way through. Now, we did a cash deal. We always do because we want to have the same experience that you have. They come out, they give you a free, no-obligation estimate. Then they clean your house really good all over. Then whatever work needs to be done to repair your home, there's some rotted boards, stuff like that, okay, they take care of that for you. And then the Rhino Shield goes on. Folks, I got to tell you, it is a difference maker. When you look at it after they put it on, you could tell that you've got something much more extraordinary than paint. So I want you to check it out today. Mention Trey Ware, and they take $2,500 off. Have them come out and give you that free no-obligation estimate from TexasRhinoShield.com.
550 KTSA and FM 107.1 is proud to support San Antonio-based nonprofit Soldiers Angels during Operation Appreciation. Now through the 4th of July, we'll be collecting care package items to ship to deployed service members around the world. Monetary donations are welcome to cover shipping costs. Get complete details now at KTSA.com. Presented by Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. And in part by Window World, the Institute for Functional Health, Big State Financial, here in Texas, and Connecticut.
Hey, it's Sean. You know, we're all sad about the Spurs losing last night, but I got something positive for you. Beat the shot clock on your investments and your retirement plan by talking to my friends at Trajan Wealth. We've been involved. My wife and I have been involved with them for about a year now, working out a retirement plan for us because I'm one of those guys, not a financial guy. You may have a portfolio that you want to improve. You may want to improve your investments with some good advice from the advisors at Trajan Wealth. Or maybe you're somebody like me who doesn't know a lot about financial stuff, doesn't have a plan, and kind of needs to come up with one in a hurry. And that's what my advisor is helping me with. Over at Trajan Wealth. They are fiduciaries, so they always have your best interests in mind. When you make more money, they make more money, so the advice they give is objective and personalized for you. I'm really enjoying our time with Trajan Wealth. You should go in for a complimentary consultation. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. I'm an actual client. This is a paid advertisement, and additional disclosures are available at Trajan Wealth. Call them up locally, 1-855-TRAJAN-1, or again, check out that website, TrajanWealth.com.
If your transmission is acting up, Access Transmission on Thousand Oaks is the only place you need to go to get it repaired or replaced. Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Access Transmission has been the trusted transmission experts in the San Antonio area for over 50 years. Family owned and operated, Access Transmission can handle all your transmission needs, domestic and import. All estimates are free. There are no inspection or diagnostic fees like the big national chains. Shop local and take your vehicle to Access Transmission, where you can get a fair, honest, and free diagnosis of your transmission issue. They can repair or rebuild your transmission with their in-house rebuilders serving San Antonio and the Hill Country. Access Transmission offers free pickup and delivery, and yes, that does include the Hill Country. Located on Thousand Oaks between Jones-Maltzberger and Wetmore Road, call Access Transmission 210-490-4411. 490-4411. Access Transmission, the experts in transmission repair.
A bathroom remodel is not just about looks. It's about comfort, safety, and function, too. Trey Ware here with Safe Showers and Bathwise. They have now joined forces with New Bath Today to bring you more. They're the same trusted people, same great service, and now a whole lot more for you and your new bathroom remodel. New Bath Today still offers beautiful new showers, tub-to-shower conversions, walk-in tubs, and safety upgrades, but now they've expanded to include more complete bathroom remodeling, including toilets, flooring, vanities, and more. So whether you want a safer shower or a total bathroom refresh, I recommend you get in touch with New Bath Today. They can help you create a bathroom that looks better, feels better, and works better for your life. You get quality products, expert installation, and a smoother experience from start to finish. And right now, get $1,500 off your new shower plus low monthly payments. Get your free quote today at newbathtoday.com. New Bath Today, the same trusted team now with more for your bathroom. Newbathtoday.com.
Right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut, you receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. Call Connecticut and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
Severe weather making its way towards San Antonio again. That's on top of heavy rain overnight. We'll get the latest in KTSA AccuWeather in just a second. Trump-endorsed candidates continue to make an impact across the U.S., and now we got a big one in the state of Texas, and the Spurs might be in some trouble in the NBA Western Conference Finals. We'll get the rundown coming up at 7 o'clock. KTSA News Time, 6:33.
Good morning. We still have a closure on the northwest side. This report sponsored by Staples. Early this morning, a very serious accident. I-10 eastbound is closed between Hildebrand and Woodlawn. Major accident working. There'll be an accident investigation. Traffic is stopped from West Avenue, so about a 15-minute delay. Fredericksburg Road still a good alternate route. Looks like they're still forcing traffic to exit onto the frontage road. Staples has hundreds of ways to grow your business this spring, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through June 13th and save up to $150 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Humid today with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, but mainly early and some sun mixed in, the high of 84. An evening thunderstorm in the area, otherwise humid but partly cloudy skies, the low 72 along the Riverwalk and 67 in Hill Country. A mix of clouds and sun for Thursday, warmer, the high of 88. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
You may want to allow some extra time during your morning commute this morning. We've got cloudy skies, more rain coming. San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
Wow, it's May 27th now. It's Wednesday. Partly sunny, humid, 85 for the high today. Let's take us a little slow ride around San Antonio, shall we? Well, so last Friday, Sean, when you were out, I was talking about how John Thune had dismissed the Senate even after they had been off for the Easter break. They come back for a couple of weeks, and they take some more time off. He did it, obviously, so that John Cornyn could get back here and do his campaigning here and not have any obligations up there. And number two, and more importantly to John Thune and Mitch McConnell and John Cornyn, and I could keep naming, Susan Collins and Murkowski, Lisa Murkowski, the rest of them. The main thing they're trying to do is slow walk the Save America Act. So even if it does pass, it ain't worth a damn. They can't get it implemented. John Thune spent $100 million in GOP dollars to try to save John Cornyn. $100 million.
Most expensive runoff race in history, I think.
And this will be the most expensive Senate race that's going on. $0 to promote the Save America Act. That's exactly who he is. That's exactly who these rhinos are. And they adjourned without funding Homeland Security. We're talking about the Border Patrol. We're talking about ICE. They adjourned without funding those guys in protest of Donald Trump supporting Ken Paxton. They made it clear. John Thune said, you cannot divorce what's happening out here with what's happening in here. And, of course, we know the results from last night. And Talafrico, as he's being called now by Republican leadership, is going to face Ken Paxton here in Texas.
He might fit California with his radical leftist views, his anti-religious views, anti-Christian views. They're not. I know he's claiming to be some type of Presbyterian minister, but his views are antithetical to the gospel that I've studied. And I don't care how he tries to twist that around, which he is twisting it. Almost every issue fundamental to our Christian faith, he opposes by twisting it around and saying, well, I'm a Christian, but this is how it actually is. don't believe thousands of years of tradition and biblical teaching. Go with my nuanced version that's up to date.
And so devils have done that from the beginning of time. The devil always takes the words of God and twists those around to fit his purposes. John Hayward, Breitbart.com, the author of Dr. Zero Year One, joining us as he does every Wednesday at this time. Big day for us here in Texas, John.
Well, all the political wise men told me that everybody in Texas is now going to be so upset that John Cornyn is gone that they're going to vote for the Democrat gibbering lunatic instead of Paxton. So it's all over. That's it. Texas is going to vote for the crazy Democrat guy. And that you heard it here first. That's what they're saying out there. That everybody was so in love. Only Cornyn could win Texas, and now that he's gone, it's all over. Which, of course, I doubt that very much. But that's what they're saying out there.
You know, we are draining the swamp little bit by little bit. Look at who will not be in the next Congress: Al Green,
right?
Jasmine Crockett, Dan Crenshaw, Eric Swalwell, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, Don Bacon, Jerry Nadler, Bill Cassidy, Thomas Massey, and John Cornyn. John Hayward, that's the swamp being drained right there.
We can certainly hope so. The swamp has a tendency to replenish itself, but it really does look like at least some of these feisty Republican primary candidates are cut from a different cloth. They're not like that. And these old guard, these Jurassic people that you're naming here that are going away, we're all part of the old understanding that Republicans would sometimes win elections, but they would never win issues. They would never do anything. They would never rock the boat. They would sometimes they would vocally tell you that they're not going to support the bill or take action because it would upset the Democrats, and they don't want to do that. That's going away now, and a more fighting type of Republican Party is coming in, and it's about time, and the need is dire here, because if you want to see what happens when a party doesn't think that way, doesn't care about upsetting anybody, and just acts decisively to enact its agenda, let the Democrats get the trifecta in 2028. Let them win the White House and one or both houses of Congress. Your country is going to be gone in about 6 weeks. You won't believe how fast it's going to happen. And nobody who does it to you is going to hesitate and say, gee, I don't want to upset our friends across the aisle. I guess we'd better not take this radical action. I mean, that's not going to slow them down at all. Knowing that's coming, you need people that are willing to act decisively right now to fix this nightmare and prevent it from happening, not just people losers, who will give nice concession speeches when they get blown out.
One more thing before Sean jumps in here. Governor Trump, Trump won the governorships 8 out of 8 that he endorsed. The U.S. House, 101 out of 101 that he endorsed. In the Senate, he has won 9 of 9 endorsements. Trump is undefeated in his endorsements so far.
He is the party right now. The party's in tune with him, and it's not some hypnotic power. It's not just because Trump has a big personality and has dominated the party. It's because a lot of Republican voters still believe in what Trump has to say. They like the change he's bringing to things. Most of his voters can tell you positive things he's done that they support, and they think will stop the Democrats from doing specific negative things. And that's the way the party is right now. There's a lot of populist energy in this party, and it's waiting to be used in constructive ways. And it's about time to have a Republican Party that will do things like the Save America Act that would actually make a difference, that would actually change the playing field.
Yeah, and the opposition to the Save American Act by Thune and a lot of Republicans, I mean, it kind of reveals this idea that Trey and I talk about a lot, that there really isn't a lot of meaning to the R and the D behind these people's names. I mean, these are establishment people. They're obviously against the Save America Act because they figure it'll rattle the institution and endanger themselves too much. Whereas MAGA, I mean, obviously Donald Trump has the Midas touch. I mean, if he taps your shoulder, it's going to go very well for you. But I personally don't think of Donald Trump as a tried and true Republican.
Oh, no.
At all. I mean, you use the word populist. I mean, that's the very definition of what the man's all about. MAGA also and we saw this on Breitbart yesterday, as far as pocketbook stuff are kind of having some issues with the cost of living. But I took away from the Paxton thing that MAGA is alive and well, and people are still hitched to Donald Trump's train.
And that should not be a surprise to anyone, especially given what we've seen the left do over the past year. The past year has seen the Democratic Party turn feral. It's become the murder party. It's about political violence. It's about killing people. It's domineering. It's fascist. It's authoritarian. They're telling you how they're going to take everything away and dominate and rule everything forever. That scares the hell out of people. And when they're looking for something to fight back against that, when always want to be protected from a lunatic, out-of-control party like that. They don't look at John Cornyn. They don't look at the guys that make deals with them and get along with them and clap them on the back and talk about their friends across the aisle, and then their friends across the aisle slit their throats and dump the bodies overboard at the first opportunity. They want somebody that understands what the left is and is ready to fight it on its own terms. And Trump, as you said, he's not entirely a Republican. He's not a dyed-in-the-wool conservative. He speaks conservatism as a second language, as some people. He does understand what the other party is trying to do, and he is ready to fight it.
Okay, one other thing. McLaughlin poll came out, and it shows the support for the Trump agenda is super high across all sectors. So, if you listen to CNN, they just lie to you about that. 60% support the ballroom complex, and that's billions of dollars to help the ballroom get built. The Save America Act, stopping waste and fraud, and, of course, the main media is lying. I want to play another piece of sound because we have communism in this country that is in charge of two major cities and probably more than that. But, of course, New York, we know that, and over in Seattle, and it's growing, the influence. This was an absolutely stunning thing for some people to hear yesterday. Not surprising to me, but here's Mayor Mamdani up in New York.
Through our new citywide campaign, Fix the City, we will focus on the worst landlords in New York City. When necessary, we will take aggressive legal action to remove negligent owners and property managers. And for buildings that have suffered chronic neglect, we will work to transfer ownership to responsible stewards. Stewards that include community land trusts, nonprofits, or even the tenants themselves.
That is out now, communism, and here's how they're getting there, John and Sean. What they're doing is they are now doing price controls on rent. So if you are and I know about this because my mother-in-law's in this business. If you have properties that you're renting out and the city says you can only charge this amount, then you can't afford to go in and make the improvements that need to be made. So the city then comes in and says, well, you're in violation of code. This place looks like crap. We're just going to take it away from you and give it to people that the government is in charge of. That, John, is out-and-out communism.
Yes, but with one exception. He's talking about giving it to his party. A lot of these nonprofits, you heard him say nonprofits, he means his party is going to be taking control of all these assets and allied nonprofits, and then they're going to use that money to unleash political hell on the rest of the United States. That is not communism, that is fascism, and that's what he's talking about. And those hooting and screams you hear, that's Germany, 1938. That's exactly what that sounds like when the fascists start talking about how they're going to take everything away from the bad people, and now the glorious party is going to manage everything for the good of all the people because we're smarter and better and everything. That's fascism, not communism.
John, where are you on Iran? We have a cabinet meeting today. It was supposed to be in Camp David, but weather's pushing it back to the White House. Marco Rubio's talking about giving diplomacy all the time it needs, but yet they're still laying out mines in the Strait. Where do you think Trump is? What is your sense of this idea of a deal happening soon?
It's a weird scenario because Iran is acting in many ways like the furthest from the deal as you can get, and part of that's probably because the Iranian government is fragmented. I'm sure there are people in that government who are willing to talk deal, who are looking at what the blockade's doing to them, and are thinking, hey, maybe it's time we give up this pile of uranium in exchange for all these benefits that were being promised. But they are not in charge. The Iranian government's fallen apart. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the militaristic theocrats are the ones that are in charge now. They're belligerent, and when you see these attacks that are going on and the U.S. responds to them, that's the IRGC making sure that nobody sits down and makes a bargain that they're not happy with. So I think that's a big part of what's happening here. I don't know how you get out of this without extended kinetic military action to get where we want to be, but it seems very clear that Trump doesn't want to do that for a variety of reasons. So they're still trying to find somebody in Iran that can make a deal and make it stick, that they can make some kind of an agreement with. And I don't know if they're going to find it. I mean, they seem optimistic they can find somebody, but I'm not sure they're going to get what's left of Iran's government to come together in a positive way. And the Iranians still see too many benefits to being intransigent, to being violent. They've got most of the region terrorized and at their feet. All the Sunni monarchies are basically competing, except for the UAE. You know, they're all competing to see who can polish Iran's shoes the brightest because they're all scared to death of them. And the Iranians feel like they have leverage for that reason, and nobody's going to take it away from them without dropping some more bombs on them.
You have to pound them into submission. John Hayward, Breitbart.com, as always, Wednesdays at this time. John, thank you so much. We are Ware and Rima. I want to tell you about my friends at Evolve Medical Group. They take care of you. If you've got pain, if your back hurts, if your legs hurt, if your hips and knees hurt, no matter where that pain is, you see my friends at Evolve Medical Group because they can help you. They are just tremendous. If you have pain and limited movement, like I have had for the last, I guess, several decades of my life, you know what? I have found relief by going and seeing my friends at Evolve Medical Group. Now, they do all kinds of different procedures, and they'll find the one that's right for you, okay? Whether it's PRP or stem cells or hormone replacement, weight loss with or without the GLP-1 medications, they can do all of these things or a combination of all together to help improve the quality of your life. And to me, that's what life is about, having good quality life. And that's what they're all about at Evolve Medical Group. So if you have been suffering with limited movement, you know, you have a hard time getting down and up, in and out of your car, your truck, or whatever, and you got a consistent pain that follows you around all the time, then reach out to them online today. Mention my name, Trey Ware, when you do it. Book your appointment. Just go in and have your eval done and let Rodney look at you and let him talk to you about what they can do at Evolve Medical Group to help you feel better. And, oh, by the way, they can help you look better, too, because they do skin peels, skin rejuvenation, all that kind of stuff. EvolveMedGroup.com. Partly sunny, humid, high of 85 today, 64 now, KTSA.
Good morning. We still have a closure on the northwest side. This report sponsored by Staples. Early this morning, a very serious accident. I-10 eastbound is closed between Hildebrand and Woodlawn. Major accident working. There'll be an accident investigation. Traffic is stopped from West Avenue, so about a 15-minute delay. Fredericksburg Road still a good alternate route. Looks like they're still forcing traffic to exit onto the frontage road. Staples has hundreds of ways to grow your business this spring, like spectacular signs, brilliant brochures, eye-popping posters, mouth-watering menus, and more. Shop now through June 13th and save up to $150 on all your custom prints. Staples, that was easy. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's premier gardening event, the Festival of Flowers, returns Saturday, May 30th to the San Antonio Shrine Auditorium. Enjoy a full day of gardening and landscape care co-hosted by San Antonio Water System. Find more details at festivaloflowerssanantonio.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at insurancewarranty.com. This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2006 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. You could be one of millions of drivers that may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan, you pick your deductible, you even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included, and your rate won't go up no matter how many claims you file. Get your vehicle protected now and save costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. Call 800-253-6203. 800-253-6203. That's 800-253-6203.
At the Law Office of Sean C. Brown, we've been representing clients for over 25 years. This is Sean Brown. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, call me today at 210-224-8200 or visit SeanBrownLaw.com. That's SeanBrownLaw.com.
If you're bugged by bugs, call Pied Piper Pest Control at 826-2030. Even if you've spoken to another company, call Pied Piper for a second opinion. Online at sabugs.com or call 826-2030 for Pied Piper Pest Control.
Well, if you're like most investors, you're probably a bit confused on what to do with your investment portfolio right now. There's been a lot of volatility. We've seen a big move in interest rates, a war, new technology being introduced, and rising inflation. Hey folks, this is Carl Eggers. You've heard me for over a decade on the Trey Ware Show. When I talk to listeners like you, the biggest issue I see when reviewing their portfolio is that there is no strategy or game plan. Without a game plan, it makes achieving your financial goals very difficult. It's probably time to schedule a free financial checkup with me. I'll personally analyze your current cash flow, your investments, and yes, even your tax return. There will not be a high-pressured sales pitch at this meeting, just a clear, concise conversation about your specific financial situation. We actively manage assets using unique, tailored investments, not cookie-cutter models or proprietary products. Give us a call at 210-526-0057 or visit us online at creatingricherlives.com.
CapTrust Financial Advisors is an investment advisor registered under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940 and does not render legal advice.
I get to talk to you about Southwest Metal Roofing Systems, and again, a company I know, I trust. They're the ones I had put on my roof probably 25 years back. Still absolutely beautiful, never had one single problem with it. Called them back and said, hey, would you consider putting a roof on my barn? So this past year, several thousand square feet of roof on my barn. They do all kinds of homes, businesses, outbuildings, and the material they use is true lifetime quality. It's a Galvalume type material, and it simply doesn't rust out or go bad. My roof looks as good as the day they installed it. It truly is a lifetime roof. They give you the best guarantee in the industry. Most insurance companies will give you a discount on your homeowner's insurance. I just love Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. They do the job. They're prompt. They clean up after themselves, and you will truly get the best roof in the industry. Give them a call, 210-822-6868. It's 210-822-6868 for Southwest Metal Roofing Systems.
Crawfish just taste better when they're this fresh. Willie's has crawfish delivered daily straight from Louisiana to all 20 Texas locations. Hot, steaming, and loaded with bold Cajun flavor. If you're craving crawfish, this is the spot. Crack, peel, and dive into crawfish season at Willie's Grill and Ice House today.
Today's Pledge of Allegiance, powered by Stevens Roofing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All this sound I'm playing is all on my X account at Trey Ware Show, including this one, and I'm only going to play it because it's an inside joke between Nancy and I, too.
Oh, yeah?
Here's Senator John Cornyn after last night.
Hello, I am John. Welcome to Walmart. How can I help you?
Oh, God.
He's the greeter at Walmart with a blue vest on.
That's funny.
And Nancy and I joke about that because that's my next career.
Mine
after
too.
I leave radio, I'm
possibly.
I'm going to stand at Walmart and say, welcome, hey, what's up?
I'm going to call bingo numbers. I think I'm going to get into bingo
There you
calling. I told you I was going to tell you this story off the air because I thought of you this morning, and you and I have, we're talking about Spencer Pratt and homeless and the homeless people, and they're all over the place in this country right now through a lot of Democrat policies, frankly. And, I admittedly, I've learned a lot about things like harm reduction through my wife's work. But one thing I think you and I both agree on is that people who are a threat to other people should not be on the streets. I encountered a person today, this morning,
on the way into work.
Well, I thought of you because we had this crazy guy here, last year who was waving a pipe around. Now, when I leave my neighborhood around 3:15, 3:30 in the morning, most of the convenience stores are closed for 40 minutes to do their cleaning. There's one Circle K open in my neighborhood that I hit every morning for my iced coffee. And I pull up to this one today, and they had a grocery truck there unloading, but there's a crazy guy in the parking lot. This is the one off Bandera Road. He's only wearing a pair of shorts, a fairly muscular guy. He's tweaking, obviously. He's covered in sweat, and he has a large metal pipe that he is banging on the parking lot. Now, I'm telling you this story because it's kind of funny in a weird way. I had a choice to make, Trey Ware. Do I get out of my car and go into the Circle K for that iced coffee, or do I get the hell out of there?
Do I get my iced latte, or do I beat
Not
up
a
this
lot.
man?
No, I don't do lattes. I'm not a communist. I do regular, straight up black iced coffee. And you know what? I chose to go in because I wanted the damn iced coffee.
Well, sure.
And that superseded my idea. I get out of the car. The guy's like maybe 9 feet away. He's like, "How are you?" Like, doing all right, man. Just going to go get a coffee. And I walked in. The guy is beating a metal pipe on the parking lot. He's throwing it up in the air. Dudes are unloading a grocery truck. I don't know. They seem fairly unfazed. I guess they're used to that sort of thing.
Sure, they see it all the time.
And I went in, and the guy's there. I'm like, there's a crazy dude out there in the parking lot with a metal pipe.
Oh, that's Bob. He's here every day.
No, the dude's exact words were, well, better him than me.
Yeah.
I got a job. I'm in here.
Yeah.
He's a regular customer.
I guess.
He's a rewards member.
He's a rewards member. So I got my iced coffee and I walk out. The guy's like, "Have a nice day." And I'm like, "Yeah, you too, buddy." And I got in my car, locked the doors, and came in here. But I did make that choice to go in.
Good for you.
Well, I figured, Trey, if the guy hits me with the pipe, then I'll go to a nice air-conditioned hospital room.
get a little rest in the AC.
I'll get to go into a nice.
Are you a little wet right now?
Huh?
Are you a little wet right now?
A little moist. A little moist hanging out today. Yeah, it's going to be humid today, Trey.
Is it going to be humid outside
today?
today?
It already is.
I heard
actually.
AccuWeather talk about that. It's going to be humid.
So I think we're already getting a taste of it. But point being,
yes.
Holy crap, there are crazy people again, also driving in here, coming down Eisenhower, saw a crazy person running around the streets just a few blocks down the road. They're everywhere.
I got a story, and not to turn this dark, but I got a story from wherever it was, an older guy who was an Army vet in a neighborhood, and there was a DoorDash driver screaming up and down the neighborhood streets, right? So the 75-year-old vet goes out and says, dude, can you not do that in this neighborhood? Kids are riding bicycles, and we're walking and all that stuff. DoorDash guy, pow, 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 pow.
Oh, good
Almost
Lord.
the dude. The 75-year-old Army vet dies.
Oh, God.
So I know I didn't want to turn the whole
no,
dark.
but it's true.
But that's the crazies that are out there,
This
man.
guy was obviously messed up on something, and I kind of knew, well, if I have no idea what this guy's going to do, and then somebody else comes up.
Yeah. Do you know how to keep your
that
distance?
Pipe upside somebody's head.
A 9mm helps you keep your distance.
Maybe he's upset because the Spurs lost.
He was upset at the Spurs lost last night, so he's a good dude.
Well,
again, as you mentioned, he's a rewards member.
The Spurs did lose.
That was a good They did lose.
By a lot.
I did not watch it.
I think by 15 points.
Wemby, I guess, had a bad night. Is that what I was reading?
Everybody had a bad night. Everybody did. Okay, quick break. More Ware and Rima coming up. KTSA.
Hey, it's Sean. If your AC is struggling, my friends at John Wayne can help you fast. Call John Wayne for HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. One company for the whole house. You get straight answers and clear options with no pressure. Now, if you think you need a new AC system, get a free estimate from John Wayne. Especially if another company told you that you need a big repair or a full replacement, get a free second opinion from John Wayne. A second opinion can save you from replacing a system you might not need to replace. Plus, a free estimate helps you compare your options and make a smart decision. John Wayne can inspect your system, explain what's going on, and tell you what makes the most sense. They handle AC repairs and full replacements every day here in San Antonio. So call my friends at John Wayne or book an appointment online. Either way, it's easy to get on the schedule, and you can see these great coupon offers plus other current deals on the John Wayne website. Click coupons for details. Call them up today, 210-293-6700, or look them up online at johnwayne.com.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
This is San Antonio's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 7 o'clock, KTSA San Antonio. I'm Christian Blood. Another round of thunderstorms hitting the Alamo City, and this one should stay south of Canyon Lake, the Hill Country, maybe Austin. A lot of rain has already fallen, and there will be some slick driving conditions this morning, also some standing water in other places. We'll get the latest in KTSA AccuWeather coming up shortly. Ken Paxton's the winner of last night's Republican primary runoff, and it wasn't even close. Paxton beat incumbent Senator John Cornyn by 28 percentage points.
The landslide victory was clear an hour after the polls closed. Now the Trump-anointed Ken Paxton has set his sights on his Democratic opponent in the general election.
James Tallarico is going to be nothing more than a Texas-based puppet for Chuck Schumer and the National Democrats.
Tallarico, meanwhile, was on Instagram last night to roll out a new campaign slogan.
The people versus Ken Paxton.
The Paxton-Cornyn contest will go down as the most expensive primary in U.S. history.
That's correspondent Jim Ryan. President Trump now says his 6-month physical checked out perfectly.
He visited Walter Reed National Military Medical Center on Tuesday for the routine checkup. Trump didn't provide any other details about the physical, but thanked Walter Reed doctors and staff. Last year, doctors diagnosed Trump with chronic venous insufficiency, a common condition causing mild swelling in his lower legs.
That's correspondent Mark Mayfield. Now, there might not be a better sax solo in the whole world of rock and roll. It was played by Sonny Rollins, who passed away at the age of 95. He died on Monday, but the cause of death not released. Rollins played on over 100 albums spanning more than 6 decades. He played on 3 songs with the Rolling Stones, including that one, Waiting on a Friend. The other 2 were Slave and Neighbors. KTSA News Time 7:02. Rob Thompson right here, KTSA Sports.
In the NBA, there was no joy on military last night as the Spurs fell in Game 5, 127-114. It was a lackluster performance at best. The Spurs were led in scoring by Julian Champagne. He had 22 points. Shot 50% from 3. Wemby had 20 points, 0 from 5 from 3. Lackluster, flat-footed is no way to go through life, son. They'll look to bounce back at home Thursday night, 7:30 tip at the Frost. The Texas Rangers beat the Houston Astros last night 10-7. Jake Leiter takes his second win of the season. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTSA Time Saver Traffic and your KTSA AccuWeather forecast up next, 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
For a lot of people, just hearing the word dentist brings anxiety. Maybe you've been putting it off for years because of fear or because you're embarrassed. I get it. But Dr. Mark J. Williamson in San Antonio has built his entire dental practice around people just like you. At Dr. Williamson and Associates, you'll never be judged, you'll be cared for. His team listens, takes their time, and tailors every treatment to you. And if you're really anxious, Dr. Williamson offers IV sedation so you can literally sleep through your appointment and wake up with a healthy smile. Sometimes taking care of years of neglect in just one morning. So don't fear the dentist. Take that first step toward confidence and health. Right off Loop 410 and Cherry Ridge. Call 210-341-2569 or visit mjwdental.com. That's mjwdental.com.
Power your drive with Mobil 1 Motor Oil. Buy 5 quarts, get $15 back, and score a fast and furious prize after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, Trey Ware here. If you have pain and limited movement, you're not able to do the things you love to do, but you're not interested in surgery to get better, then contact my friends at Evolve Medical Group. They do PRP, stem cell, hormone replacement, and so much more. They even do primary care at evolvemedgroup.com.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
KTSA News Time 7:04. Got some flooding on the northeast side, standing water on the west side. Let's see what's happening with KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Good morning. We'll start with some good news. They just cleared that very serious crash at I-10 eastbound Hildebrand Woodlawn. That is now reopened. An accident, Culebra at Potranco, Pin Road, northbound, southbound 151 on the frontage road. Getting reports that is closed due to high water. Also flooding near Salado Creek on 35 frontage road, northbound, southbound splashdown to Binz-Engelman closed. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
You may want your umbrella today. We'll have a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, but mainly early in the day, the high of 84. An evening thunderstorm in the area, otherwise partly cloudy and humid. The low just 72 along the Riverwalk and 67 in Hill Country. Humid with clouds and sun. Quite warm Thursday, the high of 88. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
Scattered showers in parts of the Alamo City. It's going to be slick out there. Temperature 64 degrees right now. San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
News Talk 550 KTSA.
Massey gone, Cassidy gone, Indiana Senate gone, And now John Cornyn gone. The Trump has endorsed 117 candidates in 2026. He has 117 wins. It's a 100% win rate. In other cases, if it wasn't politics, we would say 100% kill rate, but that wouldn't be appropriate. So the Bush-Romney McConnell era is over. Here's Ken Paxton.
Away. But, they're not going to let me do that. Wow. To the people in this room, to the people watching at home, and to the people of the great state of Texas, tonight, we just made history. I want to thank my family, my kids, my grandchildren, the Paxton Patriots, and every single person here today.
So, look, let's just break this down a little bit because I got a whole lot more sound we'll get to. But let's just break this down a little bit. So the House 3 times, about to pass it for a 4th time, passes this thing called the Save America Act.
Right.
And all these people are for it, even Democrats. More than 70% of Democrats back it, okay?
Across the board.
Everybody loves the Save America Act. Let's put it into effect. Let's make it happen. So these guys, I'm talking about the Senate Republicans, who are rhinos, they go, nope, we don't want to do that. Now, they don't explain why they don't want to do it. They just have made it abundantly clear to America, and that included John Cornyn. Now, when I brought it up a couple of weeks ago, Sean, I think you were off. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, and I said, John Cornyn is slow walking to Save America and all that, and he was listening. He was in town.
Oh, really?
Oh, he called Elaine.
Oh, really?
And ripped me a new one. I'm for it. We're for it. I'm for it. I want it bad. Oh, bull crap. Now, John, I love you because you're a nice guy, but you're a rhino, and this whole thing about acting like he was reading The Art of the Deal with a cowboy hat on.
Oh, God.
Don't bull crap a bull crapper here in the state of Texas. And so he's, obviously he needed to lose, but anybody else, here's the other thing. I just gave you a list of names. These other people who were opposed to the Save America Act, see ya.
Yeah.
You're done, baby.
The Save America Act, I mean, apart from what it would do if you got it passed, which is ensure that we have legal, fair elections in this country with no cheating, is that it really, who supports it and who doesn't? Because, again, given the numbers, this is across the board. Everybody wants this. Democrats, purple-haired Democrats with, rings in their nostrils want this stuff. Everybody wants the Save America Act. So how our politicians, our political leaders react to it, whether they support it or they try to shut it down, tells you everything you need to know about that person. It told us everything we needed to know about Cornyn, Thune, all these guys.
Thune, McConnell, who was Thune's mentor, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and the rest of them. Here's Brandon Gill, who, by the way, I love. He's from Texas, okay, and I love this kid, and here he is.
It's a time for the people of Texas to choose. Do we want the old school GOP, which supported amnesty, which Senator Cornyn has a long history of supporting, or do we want somebody who's a fighter, who's going to go to Washington and stand up for Texas values and for the people of Texas? Ken Paxton has been a fighter in the AG's office. He's been a fighter for the president, and he's going to continue doing that in Washington, and I think that's exactly what the people of Texas are looking for. In other words, the people of Texas are looking for somebody who's going to do what they said they were going to do on the campaign trail.
And fight for Texas, which is exactly what Ken Paxton has done. He's got a track record of doing it. And John Cornyn is just a nice guy that wasn't getting anything done. The media is already playing this, and they're going to play this as Ken Paxton is the worst criminal ever. Jack said something really good yesterday, every day, but yesterday when we were doing our cross about they had, all the stuff in his background. It's actually been good that it's come out now because it's already been exposed now. He's already dealt with it now. Now we can move forward. And my answer to that has always been, the one I gave to Jack yesterday and you, was that if he was not effective, talk about Ken Paxton,
right,
then you would never hear this stuff. They wouldn't pay any attention to him.
Care.
That's right. They wouldn't care.
Well, that was a brilliant observation by Riccardi, as usual, and I hadn't really thought about it from that angle, that Cornyn actually did Paxton an enormous favor by trotting all that stuff out with every campaign ad and, all of it, whether it's the bribery or the divorce stuff, because that's what Talafrico's going to go with.
You like that?
I'm divided. I like Trans Rico. And I like Tranfrico. I think they're both adequate.
Well, I have to admit, I came up with a Trans Rico.
Yes, you did.
I did not come up with Talafrico. That was Paxton.
Paxton called him Talafrico.
Paxton
That's
last
hilarious.
night.
He did. I heard. Yes.
Talafrico. I said, I'll play it for you a little later. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt your thought.
No, you're fine.
Sorry about
that. So I think, again, I really thought about that the rest of the day, that John really did him a favor by making that the centerpiece of his campaign, because now when Tranfrico brings it up, it's old news, and really in any other contest, that would have been a heavy burden for Paxton to get around. But again, it's kind of old news.
Now, here's what they're going to do. They're going to moderate him.
Moderate him. Yeah.
Talafrico.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to moderate him.
Yeah,
They're going to make him seem like he's just your Presbyterian pastor ready to take care of you. Here is Van Jones on CNN last night.
This is a bad night for America. You have a good man running against a bad man, and the bad man won. And just as a parent, that's tough. I mean,
oh, stop it! You
as
just
a parent.
Yeah. So let's lay this out a little bit here, where you've got Ken Paxton now going up against Talafrico, and here's what Paxton had to say about it.
My opponent is the most extreme radical the Democrats have ever nominated. He's even running a vegan campaign, whatever that is.
He prefers those kale tacos you get in Austin.
No.
He goes by a few names that you may all have heard of. Some people know him as Tofu Talarico. Some people call him Six-Gender Jimmy.
I like that.
I've even heard some people call him James Talafrico.
There you go.
And others refer to him simply as Low T Talarico.
That's it.
I like that one too, actually.
Well, here he is in his own words, saying that the Bible endorses abortion.
Jesus never talks about abortion. The Bible is silent on abortion. And when that happens with a social issue as important as abortion, we Christians have to take Scripture as a whole.
So we'll just stop it right there. You made a comment yesterday about how it upsets you that these guys have been using Scripture all of their lives to make their position to back up.
Obviously what he's doing.
Oh, for sure. And I call them, I hate Scripture twisters.
Yeah.
Okay, I hate that. And I stopped it at that point because he said we need to take the Bible as a whole. If you take the Bible as a whole, as he says, that's his premise, not mine, his premise. You take it as a whole. The Bible is 1,000,000% unabashedly pro-life, and pro-life in the womb too.
Well, I'm not exactly sure why he thinks that kind of messaging will work in a place like Texas. I mean, it will with certain communities, obviously. But, as far as Texas in general, I'm like, are you really going to roll with that?
Yes, he is.
Is that really what you're going to tell Texans?
Yes.
That the Bible's cool with abortion, or, that Jesus didn't say nothing about abortion, so it must be okay. I mean, it's a stupid line to take in this state, especially when we have some of the most restrictive abortion laws in the country, which I'm happy about. So, I don't know. His greatest weakness, obviously, is his own worldview. And Paxton knows that. And, again, if Talafrico, Talafrico, low T.
Just call him Low T.
Low T. If Low T thinks that, by going after Paxton for the personal stuff, he's going to be able to blot out all the crap that he said himself. You can't moderate that. I mean, you're right. He'll try.
Well,
they'll try to put him in the middle of the road.
They already have.
That's why they tried out the Presbyterian preacher thing.
Well, no, and he's already been on several podcasts going, well, they're just going to find the most egregious stuff from the past several years. They're going to take it out of context. They're going to make me sound like I'm so crazy. No, you're crazy. If you believe there are 6 genders, he said that. If you believe that God is non-binary, you said that. If you believe that the Scripture supports aborting babies, he said that. All of these things. Oh, he said we need to eat less meat. He goes on about these.
Texas.
we need our border to have a big welcome sign out front. Right? We tried that, didn't we?
Now. Yes, we did, and it didn't work out.
That's right.
Texas was one of the biggest. We suffered some of the worst stuff as a result of that. But, again, we always hear this whenever you use a politician's own words against them. the default argument is always, I was taken out of context. What context could you put any of the stuff you just listed off into that would make it okay?
And that's why I played the entire context.
Right. What context could you put?
You can't.
Transitioning children.
You can't.
Into the opposite gender. What context exists that makes that okay?
And that's why I use those terms that are a little more blunt. I call it chopping up children.
That's what it is.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
When you put a child in a hospital and they come out without body parts, you chopped up a child. And that's what he supports. He backs that 100%.
Remember we used to say, just let them talk?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
that's
James,
what we're doing, Jimmy.
Keep going, James.
Yeah.
Whatever your nicknames are, keep talking. You can't dig your way out of it,
No,
dude.
he cannot. But the media is going to do it. You're going to hear ABC here. They're going to cover him up like you would. I already played for you, Van Jones on CNN. Fake Jake is going to be all about kissing his ass.
Well, they will.
All day, every day.
But it's like I said yesterday, I don't think they have the power that they used to have to really sway elections and to color people's minds about politicians. Trump proved that on his last campaign when he went to the podcasters and he went to the independent guys and the internet and social media. Paxton obviously has to do the same thing because you're right. Any of the legacy media are going to be going with the Van Jones line that he's a horrible person and he's this and he's that. Yeah. And he needs to do the play by the Trump playbook.
That's right. Think about this. John Thune sacrificed 5 senators to avoid passing the Save America Act.
Well, he's afraid of the Save America Act.
5 senators out of business. One last thing before the break. Prayers for Pam Bondi today. She's got thyroid cancer. She's been fighting it ever since she left the administration. We are Ware and Rima, KTSA. Partly sunny, humid today, high of 85, 64 KTSA.
San Antonio's conservative superstation. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
A bathroom remodel is not just about looks, it's about comfort, safety, and function too. Safe Showers and Bathwise have joined forces with New Bath Today to bring you more, including showers, tubs, flooring, and vanities. Get $1,500 off your new shower at newbathtoday.com.
Visit with the experts at the Festival of Flowers seminars and meet the garden clubs. Sample treats at the Herb Kitchen and enter the Homegrown Vegetables Contest or the Floral Design Challenge. Stop by the Kids Garden Zone and the Farmers Market. Plus, the first 1,000 visitors get free wildflower seeds, courtesy of Saws. Tickets are $10 at the door, children 10 and younger are free, and free parking too. Festival of Flowers, co-hosted by San Antonio Water System. This Saturday from 9 to 5 at the Shrine Auditorium off 1604. Find more details at festivalofflowerssanantonio.com.
Facing production swings or a tough skills gap? Workforce Solutions from Express Employment Professionals makes hiring easier. Find your local office and see how Express can help you hire smarter and faster for contract and full-time jobs. Visit expresspros.com.
San Antonio's news, traffic, and weather station. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
By the way, I would never vote for an adult male giving his cell phone to elementary age kids and telling them to call me tonight.
Yes.
Sorry, that ain't happening. That's what Talafrico was doing. 722 Ware and Rima KTSA.
Trey, you know, and you know this better than anybody, that I am a poet, and I write poetry, and I've published a lot of my poems. And Trey, I'd like to read you a few lines from a poem right now to change the mood just a bit.
Sure.
Okay? This is powerful stuff, Trey.
Okay. From you? Is this yours?
Well, I'm not going to say. This is Walt Whitman level. This is Dylan Thomas, level stuff, okay?
Lay it on me.
I used to feel very strongly about facelifts, not casually, morally. I had assigned myself as head of all women who would never, ever. I thought of it as a betrayal of feminism, of aging, of our team of women worldwide. And then I lost 50 pounds. It wasn't wrinkles. It wasn't gravity. I'd look in the mirror and think, this isn't aging. This is melting with intention. I can't read anymore.
Do you need my trash can? Here. In the trash can, Sean. Last time you did that on the floor, Elaine had to clean it up in the trash can.
The brilliant poetry of Rosie Stinkin' O'Donnell.
Stinking is correct.
She
50 pounds my butt.
Your butt is 50 pounds? Is that what you just said?
She didn't lose no 50 pounds.
Oh, God. Rosie O'Donnell, who is got to be one of the most irritating human beings, and somebody who herself, like Bruce Springsteen, can't shut up about Donald Trump and his rich friends and, these billionaires and they're awful people, and I got to go live in Ireland until I get sick of it and have to come back because nobody pays attention to me.
She's mentally ill.
I think she's just annoying. This is a poem she posted on Substack called Decisions.
I saw it.
She apparently struggled with getting a facelift, Trey.
Yeah.
I cannot think, and Elaine uses this term all the time, and it absolutely applies here. I cannot think of a more first world problem than Rosie O'Donnell sitting on her lesbian ass, morally struggling with whether or not she's going to get a facelift.
And she said she's melting? Is that what she said?
She's melting with intention.
Well, first of all, first world trouble, that's what we're dealing with. And speaking of melting...
Your career, Rosie?
No, us.
Oh, melting. Yeah, we sure are.
And first world. I went home yesterday and I was drenched and I was complaining to Nancy and she said, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, it's a little warm in here.
I thought you said you were going to jump in your pool.
I didn't make it. Anyway, go ahead with your Rosie thing. Go ahead.
This is totally personal, but I have devoted decades of my life to this craft. Okay, I literally have been doing poetry longer than I've been doing radio. Okay, it's the great passion of my life, and just from a critical standpoint, people toss together the most banal, boring crap and call it poetry.
She's not doing a real poem.
That's not poetry, man.
No.
That's a journal entry.
Yeah.
But beyond that, beyond me being an art snob, and
she's not even serious about it.
But you have a moral struggle with getting a procedure, an elective procedure, that most of the working people you can't shut your trap about couldn't afford if they saved up for it for 10 years.
Right. Don't be offended by Rosie O'Donnell's poem because it ain't serious. It ain't real. if there was a real poet out there who published a piece of crap, now you can be offended. Like, oh,
Maybe it was a haiku.
This is haiku. You smoking something there?
High.
Smoking something or doing some pain meds after the facelift there, babe?
yes.
But, how self-obsessed you... Now, if you're going to be a poet, you have to be self-obsessed. If you're going to be an artist of any kind, you have to be self-obsessed to a certain extent. But this is so pukey, I couldn't even get through it.
Yeah.
Because she's taking herself seriously.
Yeah.
She's trying to posit that, she somehow has opened doors for women by making this great sacrifice
Sean,
of getting a facelift.
Sean, she's
made it okay, Trey.
She's just a fame whore. She's just a fame whore. All she's trying to do is get
absolutely.
She just got 7 minutes on the most popular talk show in Texas,
and I gave it to her.
Right,
and
she doesn't deserve 7. She doesn't deserve 7
But,
seconds, much less, or 7 milliseconds, much less 7 minutes. She's a fame whore.
She is, but as an author myself, I had to deal with it, and it's beyond obnoxious.
Do not get offended by anything Rosie does or says.
She might come out with a book of poems.
It is not worth
Oh,
your...
God. Will it be as good as Jules? Oh, holy crap. Actually, Jules is a pretty good poet. No, I'm trying to think of somebody else, some celebrity idiot that put out a book of poems that sucked. But, this sucks.
Yeah.
Your poetry sucks, Rosie.
You are raising your blood pressure for no reason, Mr. Ryan.
I got to see the heart doctor today,
Stop it
man.
right now. Stop it.
We're already going to get yelled at.
7:28. We are Ware and Rima at Texas Rhino Shield. Your home is going to be protected and beautified, all with a stroke of Texas Rhino Shield. That's what they do. They come over and they, first of all, will give you a free, no obligation estimate on applying Rhino Shield to your home. Rhino Shield comes in, hundreds, if not thousands, of colors that you can mix and match and you can combine and all that kind of stuff. That's what we did at the warehouse. And then it is 9 times thicker than paint. And it's not paint, it's ceramic. Okay? So it's tough stuff. And when you put it on your house, you're done for 25 years. They give you a warranty in writing. It's not going to fade or crack or peel or chip or any of that stuff that paint does sitting here and boiling in the hot Texas sunshine. You won't have to worry about that happening with Rhino Shield. And you'll have it done for 25 years. That's what I love about this. We're done. I mean, Nancy and I are going to be in that house less than 25 years. And so we're done. Well, that's it. It's all over with. We don't have to mess with painting again or doing anything like that again because Rhino Shield is at the warehouse. I want you to experience it too. Just have them come out because they'll give you a free estimate, and it's not going to cost you anything to have them do that, and there's no pressure. It's not a pressure sales situation. So just check it out. Have them come out and give you an estimate. $2,500 off if you mention Trey Ware. TexasRhinoShield.com.
550 KTSA and FM 1071 is proud to support San Antonio-based nonprofit Soldiers Angels during Operation Appreciation. Now through the 4th of July, we'll be collecting care package items to ship to deployed service members around the world. Monetary donations are welcome to cover shipping costs. Get complete details now at KTSA.com. Presented by Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. And in part by Window World, the Institute for Functional Health, Big State Financial, here in Texas, and Connecticut.
Discover the difference that Jesus Christ can make in your life at Cornerstone Church, located at 18755 Stone Oak Parkway in San Antonio. Every Sunday morning at 8:30 and 11 and Sunday evenings at 6:30, join Pastors John and Matt Hagee as they preach the uncompromising Word of God. Can't make it to the church? Cornerstone offers live streaming of all the Sunday worship services. You can find them each Sunday online at jhm.org and on Facebook Live. JHM.org also offers on-demand sermons by Pastors John and Matt Hagee, concerts with award-winning Christian artists, as well as special, well-known guest speakers from around the nation and the world. Cornerstone Church offers encouragement for every stage of life. They have special programs for kids, teens, and young adults as well. So bring your family and friends to Cornerstone Church at the corner of 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. For more information, visit sacornerstone.org or call 210-490-1600. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Well, if you're like most investors, you're probably a bit confused on what to do with your investment portfolio right now. There's been a lot of volatility. We've seen a big move in interest rates, a war, new technology being introduced, and rising inflation. Hey folks, this is Carl Eggers. You've heard me for over a decade on the Trey Ware Show. When I talk to listeners like you, the biggest issue I see when reviewing their portfolio is that there is no strategy or game plan. Without a game plan, it makes achieving your financial goals very difficult. It's probably time to schedule a free financial checkup with me. I'll personally analyze your current cash flow, your investments, and yes, even your tax return. There will not be a high-pressured sales pitch at this meeting, just a clear, concise conversation about your specific financial situation. We actively manage assets using unique, tailored investments, not cookie-cutter models or proprietary products. Give us a call at 210-526-0057 or visit us online at creatingricherlives.com.
CapTrust Financial Advisors is an investment advisor registered under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940 and does not render legal advice.
What if living longer also meant living healthier and happier? I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Our approach isn't just about adding years to your life, but bringing life to every year. With advanced testing, we dig deep to find the root cause of aging and disease so you can thrive no matter how old you are. Unlike other doctors' offices, we spend more time with you. We target the root cause of chronic issues, such as heart disease, memory concerns, and fatigue. With personalized doctor-supervised care, we help you live a more vibrant and fulfilling life. Whether it's better sleep, more energy, or restoring your drive, it is personal to you and is personal to all of us. At the Institute for Functional Health, we tailor solutions that work with your body, not just medicate symptoms. You get cutting-edge solutions, all designed to help your body heal naturally. The life you want, full of energy and purpose, starts with one call. 210-468-1891 to schedule your free consultation at the Institute for Functional Health. I'm Dr. Torres. 210-468-1891, 210-468-1891.
Hey, it's Sean here in Texas now offers subscription plans where you always have the latest technology for your hearing aids with locked-in pricing. Always the latest model. Make an appointment for a consultation today, 830-360-2000, hereinTexas.com.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
Slick driving conditions await, and you are urged to watch for roads that might be covered in water in some places, especially south of the San Antonio metro. We'll get the latest in KTSA AccuWeather just ahead. Trump endorsed Texas AG Ken Paxton's a big winner in the Republican primary runoff election. With U.S. Senator John Cornyn out of the way, Paxton's now setting his sights on Democrat challenger described as weird by President Trump. And we now know exactly what killed two young children found dead in a burning car on the west side earlier this month. And we've got the details coming up at 8 o'clock. KTSA News Time 7:33.
Good morning. We are working a couple of stalls. This report sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. 281 northbound 410 and I-10 eastbound De Zavala. Both of those stalls off to the right shoulder. About a 10-12 minute ride along 90 eastbound 211 on over to General HUD now. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MADD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline 877-MADD-HELP or MADD.org. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Some sun, but a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, mainly early. It'll be humid with the high of 84. Watch for an evening thunderstorm in the area, otherwise partly cloudy and humid. The low 72 along the Riverwalk and 67 in Hill Country. Then humid with a mix of clouds and sun for Thursday, the high 88. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
Right now, 64 degrees. It is rainy at San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain down to our south right now, and most of it that came through here is off to our east. So let me talk about the totals so far, because this year is good. It's nice and wet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, baby.
Cool outside.
The average year to date is 1235.
Wow.
This year, we're at 1524.
Wow.
So we're ahead of the game for year to date totals. That's a beautiful thing, and your grass is green, and the river is flowing and all that, and this is, of course, good for all of us. Yesterday, we got a little under an inch total, official. A little under an inch. Your mileage, I'm sure, varies based on your rain gauge hanging outside, 6 feet off the ground.
You're showing some leg over there.
Huh?
You're showing some leg over there.
Well,
oh, you are showing some leg.
Okay,
nice
good.
knee. Look at that.
Look
Hey,
at
nice
my
gams.
dadgum legs in. I don't care.
On the stream there, Trey's knee is in shot there.
I'm seeing some
never
skin.
in my career I've never worn shorts to work ever, Sean, ever in history.
I haven't either. I
wear
hate
long
wearing
pants. I
shorts.
usually dress up, long pants,
Right.
business casual. But today, You're damn right. I got shorts.
It's a little moist in here.
Good to see his legs.
All right, monthly rainfall totals. April, 8.5 inches. That's pretty good. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so far in May, 4.5. I'll take it.
I use the sunflower gauge based upon how quickly my wife's sunflowers grow in 24 hours, and they've grown about 4 feet in the past.
Yeah,
Our
we're
driest
good.
month are July and August, right? Those are the driest months.
Oh yeah, man. You get well, yes, and we've been in drought. I mean, it's not a drought buster. It's helping the drought. But we've been in a drought for years and years and years. But it's looking a whole lot better. Okay, Ken Paxton.
Now I want to take a minute to say something about Senator Cornyn. I want to thank Senator Cornyn for his service to this state. John has dedicated much of his life to serving Texas. He's worked diligently for years to help Texas. And for that spirit of service to the Lone Star State and our nation, I'm very grateful. Thank you, John. So no matter who you supported in this race, whether it was me, Senator Cornyn, or you voted for someone different in March, I want to thank every single Texan, and I want to let them know that I want to earn your support. Tonight is not the end of a campaign. Tonight is the beginning of the fight to preserve every value we hold dear. The future of Texas and the future of America is on the line, and I intend to do everything I can to expand our movement.
This is the future of our country. What we are seeing happen right here in Texas is going to play into the future of our country. What do I mean by that? Why is this so important? And by the way, this will be the most expensive Senate run that the country has ever seen in 250 years. There's no doubt in my mind, Sean, that's what's going to happen, is that we're going to see money that's going to be spent on this race. Well, we already did see money. It's going to be spent on this race like never before. We had John Thune spent $100 million on John Cornyn, not one dime on the Save America Act. Go ahead.
Well, it's like what I was saying. I don't really think big money is as big a factor as it used to be, man.
Well, they're gonna pour money in here. They're going to pour resources in here, too.
Sure.
So the Democrats, they're going for broke. They're all about coming after Texas. They have been working on this. They have been importing voters from outside the state, moving them here. If you think that all these Californians just decided they wanted to live in Texas all of a sudden, yes, there were plenty who did decide, I got to go to Texas, I got to get out of California. There's also a bunch that were imported here by the Democrat Party to turn Texas blue.
Oh, sure.
And James Talafrico is their guy. Listen to what Ken Paxton said about
this guy. The reality is he might fit California with his radical leftist views, his anti-religious views, anti-Christian views. They're not. I know he's claiming to be some type of Presbyterian minister, but his views are antithetical to the gospel that I've studied. And I don't care how he tries to twist that around, which he is twisting it. Almost every issue fundamental to our Christian faith, he opposes by twisting it around, saying, well, I'm a Christian, but this is how it actually is. Don't believe thousands of years of tradition and biblical teaching. Go with my nuanced version that's up to date and that I have adopted.
I've been saying this for weeks now. In order to defeat this guy, it's not that difficult. It's just going to take hard work. And the hard work is every pastor and every preacher that believes what the Bible says, and that is in the totality, as Talarico says, take the Bible as totality, and he says the Bible supports abortion. He's wrong. He's a devil out of hell, guys. And you got to look at it. The Bible in totality supports life, 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 and life over and over again. Every pastor, every preacher needs to be speaking about this to their congregation, motivating their congregation, getting their congregation involved. There are literally millions upon millions of people who go to church every Sunday that if they knew what this guy was truly all about, and you're right, you can't depend on the media to tell them the truth. The media is going to cover for this guy, and he's going to moderate in his speeches and debates with Ken Paxton. The preachers have got to be the ones that cut through to these people who are Bible believers and say to them, this guy is all about being the opposite of what you believe. He hates you. He hates you.
Well, I think Paxton, like I was saying before, you got to use the Trump playbook. It's a totally new era in a sense as far as how you campaign. I'm not disagreeing with you with the preachers, and every preacher's got to have to make their choice. How they're going to handle that from the pulpit, because you got to be careful because you can also send people away from you if you hit it in a wrong way in a sense from the pulpit.
I don't mean to interrupt, but the only reason
sure.
the only reason I bring that in is he, more so than any previous candidate, is bringing the spiritual side into. He did that.
Well,
so there needs to be a rebuttal from those who do walk uprightly before God. There has to be a rebuttal from them against him. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But he's the one who introduced the spiritual side into politics.
He did. And certainly he's being tricky and slippery by trying to present himself as a Christian preacher when you look at the things that he says, the opinions he has, the policies he wants to enact. There's nothing Christian about it. I agree with you absolutely in that. I think the how you campaign has been changed forever by a guy like Trump and Spencer Platt, in that you don't need scads of money to accomplish anymore. You need social media, you need the independent journalists, you need the podcasters, and you need to use a person's own words against them. That's what Trump did. That's what Paxton needs to do. It seems like he's already doing that. You just need to recycle over and over and over again what this man says. Because I don't think the legacy media, of course they're going to run cover for him. They're going to say that Ken Paxton is awful and he's corrupt and he's getting divorced, and they're going to trot out all the personal stuff.
This is what they're going to say.
This is a bad night for America.
Yeah.
You have a good man running against a bad man.
But again, who's still in that room? MSNBC had suffered so many audience losses that they had to change their freaking name in a desperate play to try to resurrect any kind of viewership.
Right.
People are listening to the podcasters. They're on the social media. That's where Paxton needs to be.
That's exactly right. And that's how Trump won. Trump
absolutely.
went to those venues. Trump talked to the Joe Rogans of the world. Tallarico's already been on the Joe Rogan show. It's time for Ken Paxton to get on there. It's time to make sure that you are exposing yourself, but more importantly, exposing him at every venue. And I don't normally say to preachers, get political in the pulpit.
Sure.
Don't misunderstand me,
No,
Sean.
I do. No, I got you.
I'm not the one that tells these preachers, go out there. I'd rather you preach the gospel, tell people about Jesus, tell people how Jesus can be your best friend and your Savior all in one. That's what I want preachers to do. But this guy he's corrupting Scripture. He is totally, I call it Scripture twisters. He's twisting Scripture out of context to fit what he's trying to do politically. That has to be rebutted and answered by the pulpit.
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
And we agree on that. We're simpatico on that because it's obvious he's trying to do this in Texas because Texas is a big church state. I mean, this is a state of faith. I mean, that's one of the things that attracted me to this place. That is different, from a lot of other states, in that people's faith means a lot to them here, whether you're a Catholic or you're evangelical or, whatever denomination you are. Faith plays a huge role in the life of Texans, and Tallarico knows that.
Well, of course, that's why he's doing it.
That's exactly why he's doing it.
Exactly why he's doing it. And, you look at, let's just take the Catholic Church as an example, okay, real quick. You look at Archbishop Ware. He hasn't said a word about this guy.
Nope.
Not one word. Yet this guy supports killing babies.
Yeah.
He supports chopping up children in, trans surgeries. That's what this guy's about. Where is Sierra? Where are the Catholic churches in standing up and going, we are actually going to get a coalition together and we're going to push back. So the other, the mainstream churches, the denomination churches, and also the non-denominational evangelical churches, there has got to be a coming together all throughout the state of Texas to rebut what this guy's doing, because he is trying to destroy Scripture to push his agenda.
Well, and especially on the abortion topic, with evangelicals and Catholics, that's a biggie. I'm not trying to diminish the subject, but I mean that's a huge point of theology for both denominations, Catholicism and evangelicalism. Okay, which also tend to be, I believe, if I'm correct, the dominant faiths in a place like Texas, primarily. So if he's out there saying Jesus is cool with abortion, you need to counter that message, because again, he's trying to be slippery, and I agree with you. He's trying to be slippery with Scripture. To present himself as something that he frankly is not.
And your point is one that pastors think about all the time, and that is running people off, right? People getting mad and leaving.
Yeah.
But to all pastors, I would say, it's worth it. If you lose 10, 20, 50 people out of your congregation, if that's what you're thinking, if you lose that number of people over the truth and that upsets you, you're standing for the truth and you lost people over standing for the truth, you don't need those people anyway. You don't want those people in your congregation anyway if they get mad at you for preaching the truth. The truth is the opposite of what James Tallarico is saying that it is, and the pulpits have to respond to that. And if you lose some people over that, well, you lose some people over it.
I agree in the sense that you got to look at almost at the ratios of it, because there are plenty of good people who will go to church and just frankly don't want to hear politics. It doesn't matter whether they agree or disagree. They don't want to hear politics on Sunday morning, and those people, if you're hitting it hard, may take off. You don't know. So I agree with you in a sense. Also, it's a balancing act.
But my point is this is beyond politics. This is now spiritual, and he made it so.
Well,
and so
yeah.
The spiritual side, the other side, cannot remain silent. This is not about preaching politics. This is about saying, listen, there's a dude out there, this is what he is saying, and he's 1,000,000% wrong, and let's open up the Bible and let me show you where he's wrong and how he's wrong.
The people that are most at risk as far as, falling under the spell of that kind of rhetoric from a guy like that are people who are maybe new to faith, who don't know the Bible as well as maybe you and I do, or don't know theology as well as a lot of people do, or are lifelong people. We've got a lot of young people in the church. And so obviously he's pandering to folks who don't understand Scripture, who don't follow it as closely as other people do, because that's what Scripture twisters, to use your word, do. Okay? They prey on people who don't know Scripture, because you can rewrite it as anything you want it to be. Again, he's very obviously trying to, in a sense, trick the Christian community onto his side of things by merely being a Presbyterian preacher.
Right.
But I sent $20 to an ad in the National Enquirer 40 years ago and got ordained. Anybody can claim they're a preacher.
Well, look, here's the deal. Jesus was right. Every word that came out of his mouth was right. Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, render unto God that which is God's. He's absolutely 1,000,000%. So you say, okay, how do I bring what is Caesar's politics into the God arena? You don't. As a pastor, you don't. He did.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to blur those lines. He's not trying to. He's already blurred those lines. And your job as a pastor is to refute it. Your job as a pastor is to meet the lie with the truth. That's your job.
And I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I think, but, as a campaign philosophy, his own words are his Achilles heel.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
His own words are his greatest weakness.
And, Sean, let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with showing him on the giant screen behind you as you're standing there with a Bible in your hand. Okay, this is what the guy says right here.
Jesus never talks about abortion. The Bible is silent on abortion. And when that happens with a social issue as important as abortion, we Christians have to take Scripture as a whole, and we've got to try to make some kind of ethical determination.
And as a pastor, you can stop the video right there and go, okay, let's open up the Bible and let's see what the Bible says. Let's take a look.
Let's see what the preachers do in Texas.
I know. I'm not arguing with you.
No, I know.
I'm trying to motivate them and say, guys, this is your moment.
Right.
This is your moment. You have millions of people under your tutelage. This is your moment to get the truth out there.
Sure. And
don't let it pass you by.
And by virtue of the fact that he's going to try to cast himself as a moderate tells you that he's already afraid of his own agenda.
Well, you know it.
He's terrified of his own opinion set.
Absolutely.
Because he knows it's a weakness.
And churches will invite him to speak as well, just like they do at Ebenezer Road over in Georgia. We are Ware and Rima. Let me tell you about Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Yeah, the summer is coming. And when the summer gets here, you know the temperature is going to be super hot. It's going to be super dry outside. And, of course, that can affect your AC system. You want to make sure it's ready, right? You don't want to be sitting at a house that's 90 degrees, do ya? So you want to get Quarter Moon out there. Quarter Moon will look at your entire system. If you've got a problem, they will fix that problem, but they'll also make sure you're ready to go. And if you ever are sitting in a room that is 90 degrees. You just call Quarter Moon, and they come out and they cool that room off for you. That's just that simple. They are on top of it for you all the time at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899. Okay, partly sunny, humid at 85 for the high, 64 now, KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a couple of stalls. This report sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. 281 northbound 410 and I-10 eastbound Desavala. Both of those stalls off to the right shoulder. About a 10-12-minute ride along 90 eastbound 211 on over to General HUD now. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MADD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline, 877-MADD-HELP or MADD.org. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Be honest, how often have you tried to stream a movie and ended up staring at the dreaded buffering wheel?
Or even worse, your Wi-Fi cuts out completely right in the middle of the big game, or a critical Zoom meeting.
That's more than annoying. It's a sign your network isn't cutting it.
At Bjorn's, we design and install Wi-Fi systems that actually work. No more dead zones, no more slow speeds, just fast, reliable internet where and when you need it.
Your smart home devices, TVs, gaming systems, phones, they all rely on a solid network.
And that's what we give you, seamless coverage indoors and out.
Whether it's your home, your business, or both, we can build a network that handles it all.
Streaming, gaming, video calls, even your backyard Wi-Fi. We make it smooth, strong, and stress-free.
So stop settling for bad Wi-Fi. Come to Bjorn's and fix it for good.
Because if it's technology,
it's at Bjorn's. Just Bjorn's.
I'm James, owner of Patriot Dryer Vent Cleaning. Lead buildup in your dryer can cause a dangerous house fire. Annual cleaning is a must. So schedule your appointment with Patriot Dryer Vent Cleaning at cleanmydryervent.org. That's cleanmydryervent.org. We're veteran owned, veteran proud, with veteran standards.
Texacare loves San Antonio small business. We love the auto shops and law firms, restaurants and landscapers. We want them, and the people in them, to thrive. That's why Texacare offers health benefit plans that cover 4 visits per member per year with no copay to services like primary and urgent care. Plus unlimited virtual care 24/7. Texacare is health care made by Texans for Texans. Find an agent at Texacare.com. Take care, Texas.
Hey, John, why so glum? I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this. Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career. Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
It's home selling season. What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That never happens with Orchard. Lowball offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with an Orchard agent. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale. Their local agents help you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on the market for top dollar. One customer said their house went under contract within 24 hours. That's amazing. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell. Get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. Orchard.com.
What does it mean to work with one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas? At Thomas J. Henry, it means we can put our team of experts to work for you. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. The name you know, the firm you trust. Principal office, San Antonio.
Pick up lunch or dinner from John the Greek Restaurant, Moussaka, Spanakopita, lamb chops, hero sandwiches, and Greek salads. John the Greek is on Thousand Oaks at 281 North in the Park Oaks Shopping Center. Call 210-403-0565.
Today's Pledge of Allegiance, powered by Stevens Roofing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ware and Rima, KTSA, 755.
You know, Trey, today I'm bringing in my other lives to the air today. First, we talked about poetry a little while ago. Now I'm going to talk about pizza. I did work.
Did you say pizza?
Pizza.
Yeah,
I
man.
did work at a Pizza Hut in my late 30s for about 3 years. You have no idea how people suffer to bring you pizza. And I saw this story. I think it's a new story. I don't know if you guys already hit this, but we have this video that showed up, I think on TikTok or one of the social media sites, where inside a Domino's, you have a young employee there, and you have a group of people who come in and claim that their pizza was nasty. It didn't taste good. It was dried out. It was inedible. And they want a refund on their pizza. Domino's, like a lot of places, has a policy that if you don't bring the pizza back with you that you're complaining about, they give you store credit or, in a retail situation, a gift card. They don't give you money. They give you store credit so you can buy another pizza. And apparently, with this particular situation, the people were upset that they weren't getting money for the pizza, but they didn't bring the pizza with them. And people are kind of divided because...
Well, they did.
What's that?
They did.
No, they didn't bring the pizza with them.
They did, just not in a box. It was in their belly.
Well, yeah. So, in other words, you have no proof as to whether or not the pizza actually sucked or it didn't suck. And I've been in that situation. People feel they deserve free pizza. I used to get people all the time, they'll call me up and complain about a delivery or complain about pizza, have absolutely no proof. And half the time you would just give them a free pizza, but you rarely gave them money.
And it's not just pizza because Walmart had to change their return policy because people were coming back without the merchandise going, I bought a shirt here last week and it sucks. Give me $49.
Or a receipt. No receipt. Walmart had that policy for a lot of years. You didn't need a receipt. Now you do.
Right.
So I stand on the side of the Domino's employee.
Absolutely.
Plus, they were saying that they drove an hour and a half to get there. You don't drive a freaking hour and a half to pick up a pizza at Domino's, man.
Scammers. Scammers are everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere, and they suck. So
our founding fathers did not shed their blood so that you can have free pizza because you demand it, okay?
Scammer. What do you want to say? I'm out of time. What did you want to say?
I was just listening to how long it was said they drove for pizza because I kind of heard it in one ear.
Oh, yeah, hour and a half. Yeah, you ain't driving no hour.
We drove an hour and a half to get this. The hell you did, man.
Scammers.
Doesn't Domino's get you the pizza in 30 minutes at your house?
30 minutes or it's free. Used to be their thing. It's not anymore, but it used to be how they did it.
Right.
All right, we're Ware and Rima, KTSA.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, it's Sean. If your AC is struggling, my friends at John Wayne can help you fast. Call John Wayne for HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. One company for the whole house. You get straight answers and clear options with no pressure. Now, if you think you need a new AC system, get a free estimate from John Wayne. Especially if another company told you that you need a big repair or a full replacement, get a free second opinion from John Wayne. A second opinion can save you from replacing a system you might not need to replace. Plus, a free estimate helps you compare your options and make a smart decision. John Wayne can inspect your system, explain what's going on, and tell you what makes the most sense. They handle AC repairs and full replacements every day here in San Antonio. So call my friends at John Wayne or book an appointment online. Either way, it's easy to get on the schedule, and you can see these great coupon offers plus other current deals on the John Wayne website. Click coupons for details. Call them up today, 210-293-6700, or look them up online at johnwayne.com.
This is San Antonio's news, traffic, and weather station.
KTSA.
It's 8 o'clock, KTSA San Antonio. I'm Christian Blood. You got some light flooding in parts of the Alamo City, some standing water in other areas. You are urged to take some extra time to get where you're headed if possible this morning. We'll get the latest details in KTSA AccuWeather coming up shortly. First, another incumbent not endorsed by President Trump is out of a job.
Polls and even prediction markets were already showing Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton leading John Cornyn in the GOP primary for Cornyn's Senate seat. But Paxton acknowledges that President Trump's endorsement last week may have clinched it.
President Trump is the leader of our party, and his endorsement is the most powerful force in politics.
After a bruising campaign, Cornyn says he'll get behind Paxton.
I've always supported the Republican ticket, and I intend to do so again in this general election.
Paxton faces Democrat James Tallarico for Cornyn's Senate seat in November.
That's correspondent Jim Ryan. State Senator Mays Middleton's now the Republican nominee for Texas Attorney General. He beat out U.S. Rep. Chip Roy in Tuesday's primary runoff. Middleton is an oil and gas executive from Galveston who spent more than $16 million of his own dollars in the race. He was not endorsed by President Trump. We now know exactly how two children found dead in a burning car were killed on the west side. Here's KTSA's Stacy Keene.
Their bodies were found before sunrise on the morning of May 16th, and their mother, Marlene Vidal, was at the scene when police arrived. She's since been charged with 2 counts of capital murder and arson. The Ware County Medical Examiner's Office says 6-year-old Eliza and 5-year-old Adrian died of sharp force injuries. Both deaths were officially ruled homicides. Marlene Vidal remains in the Ware County Jail with a bond set at $2 million. Stacy Keene, KTSA News.
KTSA News Time is 8:02. Let's check out KTSA Sports right here with Rob Thompson.
In the NBA, there was no joy on military last night as the Spurs fell in Game 5, 127-114. It was a lackluster performance at best. The Spurs were led in scoring by Julian Champagne. He had 22 points. Shot 50% from 3. Wemby had 20 points, 0 from 5 from 3. Lackluster, flat-footed is no way to go through life, son. They'll look to bounce back at home Thursday night, 7:30 tip at the Frost. The Texas Rangers beat the Houston Astros last night 10-7. Jake Leiter takes his second win of the season. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
A look at KTSA Time Saver traffic and your complete KTSA AccuWeather forecast up next on 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
Well, if you're like most investors, you're probably a bit confused on what to do with your investment portfolio right now. There's been a lot of volatility. We've seen a big move in interest rates, a war, new technology being introduced, and rising inflation. Hey folks, this is Carl Eggers. You've heard me for over a decade on the Trey Ware Show. When I talk to listeners like you, the biggest issue I see when reviewing their portfolio is that there is no strategy or game plan. Without a game plan, it makes achieving your financial goals very difficult. It's probably time to schedule a free financial checkup with me. I'll personally analyze your current cash flow, your investments, and yes, even your tax return. There will not be a high-pressured sales pitch at this meeting, just a clear, concise conversation about your specific financial situation. We actively manage assets using unique, tailored investments, not cookie-cutter models or proprietary products. Give us a call at 210-526-0057 or visit us online at creatingricherlives.com.
CapTrust Financial Advisors is an investment advisor registered under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940 and does not render legal advice.
Hey, it's Sean. Here in Texas now offers subscription plans where you always have the latest technology for your hearing aids with locked-in pricing. Always the latest model. Make an appointment for a consultation today, 830-360-2000, hereinTexas.com.
I'm Matt from Mr. Electric. Overloaded panels and bad breakers can bring your home to a halt faster than construction on I-35, and the heat just makes it worse.
Call Mr. Electric for help at 210-248-2026 or visit MrElectric.com and enter your zip code.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With Smart Business Buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
KTSA News Time is 8:04. It might be a slow go as you head out. Let's get all the details right here. KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Good morning. Still working that trouble spot. I-10 eastbound just before La Cantera Parkway. Left lane blocked. 15-minute delay has you slow from Bernie Stage Road. It's a rollover accident. New Sulphur Springs at Foster Road. On 90 eastbound 211 to General Hudnell. That's filling in, slowing down. We are getting reports of a vehicle fire. It looks like it's been tapped out. Commerce at Callahan. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Humid today with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, but mainly early and some sun mixed in, a high of 84. An evening thunderstorm in the area, otherwise humid but partly cloudy skies, the low 72 along the Riverwalk and 67 in Hill Country. A mix of clouds and sun for Thursday, warmer, the high of 88. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
Cloudy skies, maybe some rain where you are, and a temperature of 64 degrees at San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
A rocket, you are not.
That's some sexy gams
Put
right
that
there,
leg
baby.
down.
Yeah,
I've seen enough broadcasters skin over the next couple of days.
Are you watching the show at KTSA.com, KTSA.com? Got some sexy gams right. Should I stand
That's
up over here?
Redneck rocket.
Let's see if I can stand up.
Redneck rocket.
My first time ever wearing shorts. Now, Jimmy wears shorts every day. I don't even know if Jimmy owns pants. Do we?
Yeah.
You wore some yesterday.
I don't know that he does.
Okay. No, the ones he had on yesterday, he borrowed.
That was oh my God.
He borrowed.
It was a very nice suit, and none of y'all paid attention.
I did.
Thank you.
Yeah, you had a Guayabera shirt. It was a nice brown Guayabera shirt on, man. You look like you was Puerto Rican.
It was
you gotta explain why you're in shorts.
Yeah.
Because you've been saying it for the last 2 hours.
Why are you wearing? Why are you wearing shorts, Trey?
We're out of AC in this building.
Yeah, so I'm just keeping my booty a little cooler because that's where I tend to sweat.
Ugh.
I'm glad I wore my jeans today.
Had to toss that in, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
God.
You asked.
And the reason you see leg is because he's got a fan down there.
Yeah, and I got to stay as cool as I can.
You know, and I can't wear shorts. I never wear shorts. I rarely wear shorts.
Oh,
I don't know why. I've never been a short-wearing
even
guy.
around the house?
Yeah, no, I really don't
Sean
wear shorts.
Rima, man, when I get home, first thing I do is I strip off, and I'm just T-shirt and underwear, man. That's my thing.
I've learned way too much about you today. I've learned about your sweaty butt. I've learned about your proclivity, what you've told me in years past.
We're
that
only
you
getting started.
Bounce around the house in your tidy whities.
Bounce around is correct. So here is James Talafrico.
We have, I think, heard more and more issues of animal welfare. I think not just because it's the right thing to do and the moral thing to do, but also it's, as all of you know, necessary to fight climate change. It's now existential that we try to reduce our meat consumption and that we try to respect animals in all aspects of society. And so I am proud to say that our campaign has officially become a non-meat campaign. So we,
Dude,
this is so
cares.
Good. Well, no, sir. Quite the opposite.
Because
we're in the state of Texas. And in the state of Texas, we happen to like to sell beef because a lot of us make money off of selling beef.
Right.
And this is the anti-beef senatorial candidate in the state of Texas.
Right.
He wants the beef industry to go away.
Well, that's what I meant. Like when I said nobody cared, I mean, like people in Texas don't want to hear, they don't give a crap that your campaign is vegan. This is freaking Texas,
Well, we
man.
do care in that he wants to end the selling of beef. He doesn't want beef being sold. You cattle farmers, and ranchers, I used to be one, he wants to kill your industry. Go ahead, Christian.
You want to hear the Talarico talking points from his PAC? Have you read this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the taco? You talking about the kale thing?
No. You've covered that.
What did you say?
These are talking points sent out
talking
by
points.
his PAC about 10 minutes ago.
Beautiful.
And so this is apparently a reaction to Ken Paxton's win last night. So here's what they're saying. Here's 4 talking points.
Okay.
Talarico starts the general election up by 7 points over Paxton. They don't talk about where they're getting that number. So I don't know about that. Number 2.
I'll tell you where they're getting it.
Okay.
Out of their rear end. Go ahead. Keep going.
a bingo drum.
As long as it's not as wet as yours, Trey.
Yeah.
Paxton starts the race. Now, this is weird. He starts the race in a historically weak position after tens of millions of dollars were spent against him, but he just won.
Okay, so he was outspent 9-1.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about $100 million from the RNC up in John Thune's money. $100 million bucks was against Ken Paxton. Paxton has won 3 statewide elections, not by a little bit, but by a ton. Okay, so I don't want to hear that. Go ahead. What's the next one?
Well, this is related. You try to make sense of it. Tallarico and his outside allies are raising historic sums of money while Paxton is broke.
Well, it didn't, again, piles of money. Does that really make any of the difference anymore?
It hasn't so far.
No, it really hasn't.
Well, so good luck. Look, we've said it over and over again. All you got to do is talk about what this guy believes. He believes that there are 6 genders. He believes God is non-binary. He believes the Bible supports abortion, and Jesus gives you a big old thumbs up when you kill your baby. Hey, go for it, baby. He believes all of these things. He believes the border should be wide open like it was for the past 4 years. And he doesn't believe in eating meat. Now, look, when he said that a second ago, and he said, this.
We have, I think, heard more and more issues of animal welfare. I think not just because it's the right thing to do.
I'm all about animal welfare, so put the cows out of their misery.
Well, here's 2 things. Okay? Well, right, 2 things, because we're going to eat them. 2 things, okay? The climate change thing is done. The UN has cut bait on climate change, okay? And these people worship at the altar of the UN. Okay, climate change is a dead issue. And so if he's going to try to recalibrate climate change as being, don't be meanie heads to animals, okay? Donald Trump is the guy who got rid of animal testing. Donald Trump, MAGA, has actually done more to protect animals than anybody on the left has. So I don't know that the climate change angle is going to be the winning card for a guy like Tallarico to play.
We're also big for military, right?
Yes.
Right here in the state
absolutely.
of Texas, huge, like Military City, USA and all that. He's got a problem with the United States.
I often think when reclaiming symbols, I think about the American flag.
Yeah.
I think the Confederate flag is a symbol of treason and terrorism.
It is not. You're absolutely wrong. I won't argue that flag with you right now, but I can make a statement and make a case that it's not about treason and terrorism. Go ahead, sir.
But the American flag is such a complicated symbol for most of us. And
What's complicated about it?
Now, we have a story about the American flag, which is not true. It is not the American flag. It is not. It's the flag of the United States of America. That is very important that we say it the way it is. The Americas are continents right here, that we are in a contiguous continent here.
That's right.
The flag of the United States of America are the stars and stripes that people that we honored 2 days ago died for. And there is a gigantic one the size of a football field that weighs 2,000 pounds hanging on the Hoover Dam right now that they put on their Memorial Day for the 250th birthday of the United States. Yes.
Outside Vegas?
Yes.
Wow.
Hanging on the Hoover Dam. And you know who's freaking out? Tallarico.
Yeah.
He hates it. He can't stand. He throws up when he sees the flag of the United States.
Paxton doesn't need a pile of money. Paxton just needs to roll that guy's transcripts over and over and over again. His own words are going to do him in. This is ridiculous crap, man. I love when people toss that one out. He's not even original. Okay, there's all kinds of leftists who have tossed that crap out there that the American flag is complicated and for some it's a symbol of hatred. Okay, if you think that's going to play well for the majority of Texans, okay, I think you're wrong. I think his whole agenda is, again, I know I'm repeating myself, his greatest weakness is his own agenda.
That's right. He loves trans children. He gave a bunch of elementary school kiddos his phone number and told them to call him.
That's creepy.
And then he's very, yes, he did it in emails all the time. You're looking at me like I'm freaking over
I hadn't
here.
heard that part, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it happened.
So what is his background? Is he married? Is he gay?
Divorced.
For me,
no, he's he's apparently divorced and was a school teacher in San Antonio. And he's very upset that he's white.
For me, prophetic voices like Jesus have helped me reckon with my own whiteness, my own masculinity, my own.
This is so good, man, because he's so white. He's pasty white, and he is as girly man as you will ever see in the state of Texas, Sean. In the state of Texas.
The whole, I hate my whiteness. He's not really. There's nothing original about him.
Of course not.
This whole agenda is the same crap agenda that we've been screaming about for years. Okay, he's not the only one that puts this crap out there. He's just the one that wants a Senate seat, and this crap hopefully will do him in. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but all Paxton has to do is roll this stuff over again and again and again.
And I don't mean to bore you.
No.
But you're going to hear it from me.
Good.
Because I'm going to roll it over and over and over again. I'm going to play this stuff because it needs to be drilled into people's heads when they get to the office and have a cup of coffee. Somebody goes, I really like that Tallarico guy. He's really good for Texas. No, you can say, I heard Ware play this morning. Yeah, what were you going to say, Christian?
So just quickly, his last point, despite everything you guys have just said, his PAC says that voters trust him on the economy.
Who are they?
The economy.
The economy.
How rich?
Well, they're just making stuff up at this point.
No,
that's all.
That sounds like, yeah.
But what they're doing is they're putting out those op pieces like that, and then you got the other guys who are they're gonna read it like it's fact. You'll see it on the TV tonight.
The legacy media guys,
they're going to be all over
it. It's absolute truth, and they just pulled it out of their butts.
Well, they're going to take it from him. That's where they're going to get it.
Yeah,
just like Christian's reading.
They just hand that stuff over to ABC or any of these guys.
I really need Paxton to be an existential threat. Isn't that another term?
I'm so sick of that. Yeah.
I know. I think of all the catchphrases they use, and I'm like, oh, God, just hurry up and say it so I don't have to hear it.
It's not even a proper use of the word existential, but I'm not going to get picky. But, yeah, you're
eczema.
Right. Huh?
Eczema.
Eczema. My gosh,
not
eczema.
Existential. Eczema.
Eczema.
Yeah.
But, again, it's the same tired agenda. The trans stuff, people are so done with that. I mean, again, not everybody. The fringe love that crap. The radicals love that crap. But if he wants to win, if he wants to beat Paxton, he's got to appeal to people who are not that.
Call it what it is. When you talk about the trans things, chop it up, children. And just it's time that we pull no punches and that we be blunt on what these people, Trans Rico, Talafrico, whatever you want to call him, what he stands for. He stands for these kids to be chopped up, change alter their bodies.
Did they teach you in Sunday school?
What's that?
That Jesus Christ himself was a radical feminist.
The American flag is such a complicated symbol for most of us.
God is non-binary.
You can't call yourself a Christian and reject the stranger seeking asylum at our southern border.
Our trans community needs abortion care too.
Modern science obviously recognizes that there are many more than two biological sexes. In fact, there are 6.
We are Ware and Rima, and our friends over at Bjorn's are ready to meet with you today, just Bjorn's, because they are the home technology experts, and they have been for over 50 years that they've been in business in San Antonio, taking care of all of your home technology needs, from big old TVs that make you feel like you're right there at the sporting event or right there at the concert with the great audio that they can combine with the video. They can even build you a full-size home theater in your place as well. They've been doing it forever over at Bjorn's. Bjorn is a great guy. He's still around and still doing a thing over there. Chris and Neil, that's his son and son-in-law. They are brilliant in new technology and whole home automation and home theaters and home networking and all that cool stuff that really literally makes your home come alive, okay? Instead of just being a place where you reside, your home comes alive, becomes a living, breathing thing that really is an amazing deal. They got a state-of-the-art showroom over there where you can go by and see all the home technology that they offer you at Bjorn's. Indoor and outdoor speakers that don't look like ugly old speakers hanging on the back of your house or anything like that. In fact, you'll never see them. They're all wireless and everything like that. They are just absolutely the best of the best at this. Cruise on by their beautiful place and find all the home technology solutions in the world. 281 at Bitters Road. That's Bjorn's, just Bjorn's. Partly sunny, humid, high of 85, 64 now, KTSA.
Good morning. Still working that trouble spot. I-10 eastbound just before La Cantera Parkway. Left lane blocked. 15-minute delay has you slow from Bernie Stage Road. It's a rollover accident. New Sulphur Springs at Foster Road. On 90 eastbound 211 to General Hudnell. That's filling in, slowing down. We are getting reports of a vehicle fire. It looks like it's been tapped out. Commerce at Callahan. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Observe closely.
The Jack Show.
The biggest cultural phenomenon in America.
This afternoon at 3.
Why don't you give it a try?
On News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
What if living longer also meant living healthier and happier? I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Our approach isn't just about adding years to your life, but bringing life to every year. With advanced testing, we dig deep to find the root cause of aging and disease so you can thrive no matter how old you are. Unlike other doctors' offices, we spend more time with you. We target the root cause of chronic issues, such as heart disease, memory concerns, and fatigue. With personalized doctor-supervised care, we help you live a more vibrant and fulfilling life. Whether it's better sleep, more energy, or restoring your drive, it is personal to you and is personal to all of us. At the Institute for Functional Health, we tailor solutions that work with your body, not just medicate symptoms. You get cutting-edge solutions, all designed to help your body heal naturally. The life you want, full of energy and purpose, starts with one call. 210-468-1891 to schedule your free consultation at the Institute for Functional Health. I'm Dr. Torres. 210-468-1891, 210-468-1891.
Hi, this is Taylor with Patriot Dryer Vent Cleaning. If your dryer is taking more than one cycle, that's a warning sign your vent may be clogged. Don't wait. This can be a serious fire hazard. Schedule your cleaning today at cleanmydryervent.org. That's cleanmydryervent.org.
Hi, Trey Ware here. If you have pain and limited movement, you're not able to do the things you love to do, but you're not interested in surgery to get better, then contact my friends at Evolve Medical Group. They do PRP, stem cell, hormone replacement, and so much more. They even do primary care at evolvemedgroup.com.
I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer, paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. What are you waiting for? We want to buy your car right now. Find out why thousands of satisfied customers across the United States put more money in their pocket by going to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Car wreck? What happens next? Thomas J. Henry knows you deserve to get compensated for your injuries. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. The name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Ready to upgrade to the perfect sleep setup? Let Mattress Firm sleep experts guide you to the perfect bed at the Memorial Day sale. Top brands, ideal comfort, score unbeatable deals on both. Mattress Firm. They make sleep easy.
Hi, this is Jack Riccardi, and you're listening to News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071. Stay connected.
And we're Ware and Rima connected as always at KTSA.com. You can watch the show right now.
Now, you talk about Tallarico, and again, I call him unoriginal because his agenda is their agenda. That's the radical left. We hear all of this crap over and over and over again. And what, in its essence, what is it? It's a non-real world agenda. Trans stuff is non-real world, okay? Climate change is non-real world, okay? All this crap that comes out of that guy's mouth, just like it comes out of everybody, all the other leftists in this country, it's the same agenda. You know what real world is? What real world issues that people are really concerned with? You know, when you have so much freaking violence in your own neighborhood because of the policies of city leadership, that you and your neighbors have to get together and drag barricades across the streets and start patrolling your own and trying to protect each other because you know you're not going to get any help from city leadership. And we saw this in Seattle, where they had, I guess, a very violent weekend. Look at Chicago. They had 25 people shot in Chicago alone. And in this Aurora neighborhood in Seattle, things have gotten so bad. I guess there was some guy shooting randomly and a baby almost got shot or something of that nature, that the neighbors have gathered together to barricade themselves inside their own neighborhood to protect themselves and their families. That's real world, man.
They're having shootouts in the streets where bullets are flying and bouncing off of houses and stuff like that. So they put these barricades at the end of their street in Aurora and said, you can't come up here. Well, the bad guys are still going up there. And the new mayor, Katie Wilson up there, okay, she's the one that said goodbye to Starbucks. Yep. See you later. Get out of here. She's a commie like Mom Donnie. And she wants all this stuff to happen in her city. And they have yet to respond. I'm talking about the city leaders, meaning her and the police. They have yet to respond to these citizens. That's why they put the barricades up.
They're having to take matters into their own hands to protect their own families and property because of this crap.
Yes,
okay. What did we say during the last presidential election going into that cycle? What were we saying were the big issues? The economy, crime, and the border. Okay. All three issues are what? They're real world issues that everybody has to deal with in some way, shape, or form. And you look at these cities, and this again, Hayward was right. We talked to John earlier. If the midterms go south for us, Okay, this country is going to become something unrecognizable.
And
that's what you're going to see more
of course, everywhere. When another prime example is Maryland. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Where the governor over there just banned Glocks.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and his thing is, well, the bad guys turn the Glocks into automatic weapons because you can buy this thing that goes on the trigger and it keeps it going, keeps it firing. Well, the bad guys aren't going to give them up. The law doesn't affect the bad guy.
If
That's
you're a
why he's an
lawbreaker,
outlaw.
you don't
right.
care about the law.
Absolutely right. Spanberger just signed an assault weapons ban in Virginia.
Right.
All of this stuff leads to more crime because now the law-abiding citizens have no defense. But it also leads to situations like the people in Iran have right now where they have a oppressive government that they cannot fight back against and a government that kills 40,000 of its citizens in 1 week.
Right.
One week.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what this
where
leads
we're headed.
to, Sean.
And you look at the Spanberger thing. Was it the DA or one of the city attorneys or somebody had said not to enforce this because it's unconstitutional?
Right. And
which is good. But if you name me one city in this country that is run by progressive Democrats where there is not crime, where there is not economic strife, where there is not homelessness, where there is not drugs and weirdness and violence. I can't think of one.
That is the whole point, is that wherever blue reigns supreme, all of what you just mentioned is all about that city, wherever that is, or that state.
Right.
We just had in Chicago, you mentioned the 25 who got shot over the weekend. Well, they also had these teen takeovers.
Yeah.
5 cops in the hospital because they were run over by stupid-ass teenagers in their cars.
Well, you're seeing more of that across the country.
Right.
And why?
But only in blue places.
Well, right, because they know they can do it.
Right.
Because they know they can do it in those cities.
And so we're in one.
Yes, we are.
And they know they can do it in this place.
Yes, we are.
They know they can do it here because we are as blue gets.
Yes, we are. And it's sad to see. I told you about the crazy guy I saw this morning. There are people everywhere. There's crime. I was reading yesterday about the crime stats out of San Antonio.
Ridiculous.
They're unlike anything I've seen since I've been here. I've been here 16 years, and I've never seen it this bad.
I just need to hang on for a few more.
Yeah, I just, it's sad to see because you look at a guy like Tallarico, this is what he's all about.
Oh, no.
These are the wages of these kinds of policies. This is what they bring.
This is their utopia.
Yeah, but what a sucky utopia. You know what I mean? It's not like you can live peaceably there.
And that's why when you say they're all about non-world stuff, this is non-world, whether it's tranny or open borders, they're about non-world stuff. I'm willing to let them have that and hang it around their neck and let them live with that.
Well,
I'm talking about these guys that are campaigning. Sure. He's about mutilating children in the operating room,
right.
Chopping up children in the operating room. That's what he's about.
The reason they have to focus on trans crap and all this other climate change crap and open border crap is because they can't point to any place in this country where in the real world those policies have anything other than a negative effect.
And we are Ware and Rima. Let me tell you about my friends over at Knightley Insurance Group. That's Nick Knightley and his family, by the way. They work there, and other great folks work there as well. What I'm saying is we're talking about real live human beings. Not some brokerage firm where you get connected to a bot or somebody in India, okay? That's not what they do at Knightley Insurance Group. These are caring, kind Texans who want to talk with you about your Medicare, helping you make those decisions that are so important about your Medicare, because you got to get that right. And it's really hard to on the Medicare website. The Medicare website is a mess sometimes, and if you mess it up and don't make the right choice at the right time, you get frozen out. That's why I highly recommend to you Nick Knightley, and when I get there in a couple of years and I start making my Medicare choices, this is who I'm going to get in touch with. It's Knightley with a K. It doesn't cost you anything. His advice, his honest, clear guidance doesn't cost you a thing. And when you call or when you go online, you will always be connected to a real live human being, not just a call center somewhere. These are folks that are right here in Texas to help you with your Medicare decisions, things like Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, all the medications, the doctors, making sure they're all in the right networking and all those kind of things. That's what they're here to help you with at Knightley Insurance Group. That's Knightley with a K, KnightleyInsuranceGroup.com.
I have Texas Rhino Shield on my home. I love it, and I think you will too. Find out with a free in-home, no-obligation Texas Rhino Shield inspection. Find out if Rhino Shield is right for your home at TexasRhinoShield.com.
A bathroom remodel is not just about looks. It's about comfort, safety, and function, too. Trey Ware here with Safe Showers and Bathwise. They have now joined forces with New Bath Today to bring you more. They're the same trusted people, same great service, and now a whole lot more for you and your new bathroom remodel. New Bath Today still offers beautiful new showers, tub-to-shower conversions, walk-in tubs, and safety upgrades, but now they've expanded to include more complete bathroom remodeling, including toilets, flooring, vanities, and more. So whether you want a safer shower or a total bathroom refresh, I recommend you get in touch with New Bath Today. They can help you create a bathroom that looks better, feels better, and works better for your life. You get quality products, expert installation, and a smoother experience from start to finish. And right now, get $1,500 off your new shower plus low monthly payments. Get your free quote today at newbathtoday.com. New Bath Today, the same trusted team now with more for your bathroom. newbathtoday.com.
Hey, it's Sean, and whether it's a second opinion on your system or whether it's a tune-up, you need your AC system to be doing its job, and that's why I need my friends at John Wayne Service Company. They still offer the $89 AC tune-up. This tune-up includes a full 35-point inspection to keep your AC running factory fresh. Now, we've had some cooler weather today with the rain, but the triple digits are there right around the corner, and if your AC system isn't doing your job, it's going to be sweltering inside your home. That's why you need John Wayne to come on by with that $89 AC tune-up. The deep cleaning helps remove debris that could rust out the base of your unit. They'll clean out the top part, the fan, all that stuff. They go through every aspect of your AC system for $89. That's a great deal. They also have a cooling coupon for up to $3,000 off new qualifying AC systems if you do need a new system. So call them up and make that appointment today, 210-293-7600, or look them up online at johnwayne.com.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
Hey, it's Sean. If you're a small business owner in Texas and you're looking at ways to cover your employees as far as their health care, talk to my friends at Texacare. Many small businesses across the state have not been able to offer basic health coverage to employees, but Texacare's goal is to provide a new health care option that is built with small businesses in mind. In fact, they've talked to small business owners to understand what is important to them. Texacare plans are designed with the goal of making it easier for people and their families to stay healthy, with benefits like no copay, unlimited virtual care visits with licensed doctors 24/7, no appointment, no waiting in an office. Just quick access to a doctor who can diagnose common ailments and prescribe treatments by phone, video, call, or text. Talk to my friends at Texacare. Take care, Texas. All you got to do is go to the website for all the information. If you're a small business owner, you need Texacare. That website, Texacare.com. That's Texacare.com. Take care, Texas, with Texacare.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
You got scattered showers dragging through south central Texas, and San Antonio's got some standing water here and there. We'll get full details in KTSA AccuWeather coming up. Tuesday's primary runoff elections making one thing clear: endorsements by President Trump matter, and money spent means little to change that. And a suspect in Universal City now facing charges after his arrest. Police say he was involved in a shooting early Monday morning that put a teenager in the hospital. We've got details on that story and others on the way. 9 o'clock, KTSA News Time, 8:34.
Good morning. As you get into your commute, still working this trouble spot on the far northwest side of town. This report sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. I-10 eastbound before you get to La Cantera Parkway. That wreck in the left lane, it's a 15-minute delay, slow from Birdie Stage Road. And a rollover accident, New Sulphur Springs at Foster Road. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
You may want your umbrella today. We'll have a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, but mainly early in the day, the high of 84. An evening thunderstorm in the area, otherwise partly cloudy and humid. The low just 72 along the Riverwalk and 67 in Hill Country. Humid with clouds and sun. Quite warm Thursday, the high of 88. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
It is cloudy and it's rainy right now. San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected with News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
Must be some misunderstanding with Genesis 835 and Phil Collins. By the way, I was saying yesterday.
Yes.
Phil's talking about doing a new album.
Oh, is he really?
He's got a lot of health issues and all that stuff. He had a wheelchair and all that. Says, you know what? I can still do it. Listen to this. Yeah. I was doing the yard the other day, and I had my headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
I Don't Care Anymore came on, and I said, I'm putting that in my set.
That's a good tune,
I'm
man.
going to put that in my set.
I don't care anymore.
Oh, that's good. So I got two pictures here. You know how they do that, where they superimpose them next to each other.
Right.
So you got the White House right now, and on the south lawn of the White House right now, you got the big UFC octagon that's being built because there's going to be a fight there. And by the way, Dana, what are you laughing at?
I'm sorry, it's ridiculous looking. I mean, I'm glad he's doing it. I think it's great.
I love
it. My God,
I love it.
It's so very Trumpy, man.
I love it. So Dana White said, "You're not spending a penny on this. There's no tax money that's going into this. We're paying for every bit of this, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful." It's a beautiful thing.
It's a big fighting dome. It's a Thunderdome,
because
man.
It's Donald Trump.
I know. It's perfectly
You think
him.
that little wussy boy Obama would ever done anything like this?
No,
you really
of
think
course
that?
not. But I mean, it's
But look. So here's what I'm talking about. The Democrats are out there on the media saying, how dare President Trump desecrate the White House lawn like this with this thing on there? And then superimposed next to it is Joe Biden with the dudes who had boobs installed and their boobies, I almost said the T word, their boobies hanging out on the White House grounds. Got the pictures right here. Here's the picture of the octagon. And right here's a picture of the dude with the boobs walking around the White House with Joe Biden hugging on him.
A lot of Democrat administrations have done far more to desecrate the White House than the Thunderdome he's building there.
I'd much rather have an octagon where guys are going to knock themselves around than the dude with boobs walking around hanging out.
I'd much rather have the Thunderdome there than like Bill Clinton having frat night in the under the Resolute desk. I mean, that's a little desecratory, a little bit more than the dome thingy.
That's right. Now, I want to tell you who I first thought about when I saw the Paxton win last night. And all these other rhinos that are losing their gigs, primarily over the Save America Act, but just because we're all tired of rhinos and we're all tired of the establishment. We're all tired of the same old, and we're flushing the same old, and replacing them with some new faces and this is something we've been dreaming about how long, Sean? It goes back to the Tea Party days that we've been saying we wanted to get rid of these guys, and I was guilty of voting for the safe. I voted for John Cornyn and people like that because it was safe.
Right.
I voted for George W. Bush because it was safe. We needed a conservative, and those guys were not conservative at all. But the first guy I thought about was Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz is
shaking in his shoes, I guarantee you right now, because he can see the writing on the wall that either he needs to be he needs to really go super MAGA. He needs to go far over here, which he's in a box to do because he's talking about running in 2028 to close friends. And so, look, Ted, that's a fool's errand. You are not going to beat J.D. Vance, and you are not going to beat Marco Rubio.
No,
it's not going to happen.
Maybe as VP. I mean, he could run as VP.
I don't even know about that. It's a fool's – because if those guys run, one's going to be pres, the other's going to be vice pres.
Well, yeah, more than likely. Yeah.
So you're out. You're SOL there, Ted. The best thing you can do to make sure in 2 years you don't get Thuned, you don't get Cornyned in 2 years, you better go super Trump. You better go super MAGA.
Right.
You better start selling out to the MAGA agenda, the America First agenda. You better start pushing it. And you better be in John Thune's office this morning saying, you get that Save America Act passed right now. Otherwise, Ted, you're next.
Hasn't he sort of been, though, a pretty close ally of Trump since he lost out to him? I mean,
recently.
Huh?
Not recently.
Not. I like him. With Ted. It took me a while. I didn't like him, when I first kind of took notice of him years ago. I agree with you that he'd make an incredible Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, sure.
That's where a guy like that belongs. Because he's a real constitutional intellectual. He truly is.
Here of late, okay,
Right.
he has been trying to create some daylight between himself and Trump.
Oh, okay. I haven't followed
know.
Ted
I
Cruz
know.
as
So,
closely as these other guys.
Why would you?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. But he's been trying to create some daylight because he thinks in 28 he's got a shot. Ted, you don't. You don't have a shot in 28.
Nobody does other than Marco and JD.
If they decide they want
right.
they're it. And so that's a fool's errand. The best thing you can do to make sure in 28 that you're reelected for the next 2 years, you better be all out MAGA, America First, and do everything because that moment is here. It's fine. We've been living for this moment, and we're now living in that moment. Thank God.
Very obviously, MAGA is king of the heap right now. And again, as I said with John Hayward and you and I've talked, I don't see MAGA itself as a strictly Republican phenomenon.
Never has been.
At all. I mean, I don't see Donald Trump as a Republican phenomenon.
Never has been.
Populist, you could say, yeah.
I've been telling you that for years.
But it's more of a common sense idea of politics and governance than anything else.
Donald Trump and the MAGA movement, they're the firemen. So the country is burning down because of all the stupid negativity coming from the left. Trump pulls up in the fire truck with the rest of us, and we grab the hoses, and we're putting the fire out. That's what we're doing.
I agree. The only thing I would say about what you're suggesting for Ted Cruz is you don't want people acting MAGA just to get the gig, and then once they get the gig, they're not MAGA.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
If you act that way, you darn well better back it up, or you're gone.
You got to be genuine about it. I think one of the hallmarks of MAGA itself is that it is a very genuine movement.
And you have to be at this moment right now.
Yeah,
you have to be kissed by Donald Trump. Kurt Schlichter put this up just a couple of seconds ago. John Cornyn lost because we Republicans are finished with half-hearted politicians. This isn't about Trump. This is about us. And if you cross us, you better type up your resume for MS Snow now because they can always use a discarded rhino on their panels. That's 100% right.
Well, I agree.
It's about us.
Listen to what you're saying. Also, look at Cornyn's campaign. What did Cornyn try to do? He tried to fake MAGA. He tried to pretend that he was this great buddy of Donald Trump all the way along, and he absolutely was not.
You cannot.
No, you can't
you
fake it.
You cannot fake it. Either you're it or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I said the first person I thought of was Ted Cruz.
Right.
Because I don't believe he's full on MAGA.
I don't either.
So, if somebody wants to run, and I'm not available, if somebody wants to run against Ted Cruz in a primary and Donald Trump gives you a kiss, Ted Cruz is going to be next because Donald Trump is cleaning house right now. He's in a clean house mode.
Obviously, the Trump endorsement and Trump's power over that movement is without question because, as you've been pointing out all morning, what contest that he has not tapped the shoulder of one guy over the next has that guy not won?
117 this go-around, and all 117 have won. You got a little bead on your brow if you want.
Am I sweating?
You a little bit.
Sorry.
Yeah. Little bit.
A little moist in here.
Now, Al Green.
Oh, yeah. He's another guy that's been around for 1,000 years and didn't make it.
Al Green is out. Now, he, is world famous for shaking his cane that he doesn't need, by the way. It's a prop at President Trump. Al Green is one of these guys that never does anything. There's no legislation. He's like AOC. No legislation he's ever filed.
Right.
He doesn't do anything other than say, we're going to impeach Donald Trump. That's the only thing he ever talks about.
Right.
And now he's out. So this next Congress, without Jasmine Crockett, without Al Green, without Dan Crenshaw, without John Cornyn, without Tom Tillis, with all these guys, it's going to be a vastly different Congress.
Well, sure.
That, regardless of whether the MAGA guy wins or not, it's going to be really different.
I mean, yeah, Al Green, old school institutional guy, says all the right things, doesn't accomplish anything. That's what people are tired of. And you just said it. We've been calling for that for years. To get these careerist politicians out of there who don't do anything, who merely support the swamp, who are part of it, no matter what tumbles out of their mouth. And he can sing We Shall Overcome all he wants, but people just weren't buying the bull crap anymore with a guy like Al Green.
And Sean, if you parse the numbers and look through these numbers, whether it's Cassidy or Massey or last night with John Cornyn, none of them were even close.
No.
I mean, I played the sound from one of these guys that was, breaking down the numbers over here.
Immediately. I mean, how's that for record time? In about 2 minutes, this thing just clarified in a massive way. Now, we're going to start to watch these fill in. A lot of what you're seeing here, there's 254 counties in the state.
I mean, the instant that they were ready to go with this.
Themselves in this case here, polls just closed, as you said here. We were really just waiting on the mountain time zone, a couple counties to come in. But it was evident literally from the first 5 seconds here of this election night.
And that's what we're talking about. The people are so ready for all this change that it's not even close. What happened in the election a few months ago was that John Cornyn actually beat Ken Paxton in the state of Texas.
Right.
He won more votes. Neither of them got to 50, obviously. That's why we had yesterday. But he beat Ken Paxton. Last night, Paxton 64-36.
Well, and largely because of last week and getting that touch from Trump, getting the endorsement from Trump. I agree with everything you're saying. I mean, the house cleaning is underway. And if you're an establishment politician, I don't care which side of that aisle you're on. Yeah, your days are numbered. I mean, people are done.
And I look at the Trump thing from last week a little bit differently in that I think a lot of people were already voting for Ken Paxton.
Right. Well, I'm a good example of that. Yeah, I was already going to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
But he just said, it's okay, Sean, go ahead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That people had already made up their minds. A lot of people were leaning that way, and they were already going to walk in there and say Paxton. And Trump went, it's all right. It's all right. Go ahead.
It's all right to vote for Ken. Here you go. You go right ahead with your bad self. And it was, and we drove. Like I said, we went out in the final hour of voting last night. I'm listening to Pags on the way to we're listening to Pags on the way in, and it was almost like, well, maybe we should just go to KFC because it's already a done deal. But we did. I mean, obviously we voted.
Sure.
But it was over pretty quick.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
They close the polls in 3 seconds. We are Ware and Rima. Let me tell you about River City Oral Surgery. Dr. Mark Havicorn, ready to take out your wisdom teeth or kiddo's wisdom teeth if that is what you need. And he's got all the great specialists to be able to handle all these procedures that he does over there. And all the prices and the procedures you'll find on the website at rivercityoms.com. You see a lot of implants that are advertised a lot of different places, whether it's a dental office up the street or whether it's a big national firm. A lot of companies talking about dental implants. Well, I want you to investigate my friends at River City Oral Surgery before you make a decision on that. First of all, their prices are right online, and those are the prices. There's no games, no gimmicks. No upselling of you when you get there. Suddenly somebody's going to walk in a room and say, well, you might try this, you might try that. Would you like to actually have the implants put in? That kind of stuff. That's not the way it works with these guys. What you see online is the package price, and that's what you're going to pay. So there are no games and gimmicks. Now, the other thing that is really unique to them is 3 different specialists. Now, there's 3 major phases to dental implants, and 3 specialists handle each phase of the procedure, okay? And you walk out with beautiful teeth. If you're having a hard time chewing right now and it's causing you to choke a little bit or whatever, maybe you need implants. Maybe you need 1 or 2, or maybe you need a whole jaw. Whatever. Let them check you out. rivercityoms.com. rivercityoms.com. Partly sunny, humid, 85. Right now, 72 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working that wreck at I-10. This report sponsored by Mattress Firm. I-10 eastbound before La Cantera Parkway, far northwest side of town. This wreck in the left lane, 17-minute delay has you slow from Bernie Stage Road. And we're still dealing with that rollover accident, New Sulphur Springs Road at South Foster Road. Got a stall at 410 eastbound Callahan off to the shoulder. Ready to upgrade to the perfect sleep setup? Let Mattress Firm sleep experts guide you to the perfect bed at the Memorial Day sale. Top brands, ideal comfort, score unbeatable deals on both. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
550 KTSA and FM 1071 is proud to support San Antonio-based nonprofit Soldiers Angels during Operation Appreciation. Now through the 4th of July, we'll be collecting care package items to ship to deployed service members around the world. Monetary donations are welcome to cover shipping costs. Get complete details now at KTSA.com. Presented by Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. And in part by Window World, the Institute for Functional Health, Big State Financial, here in Texas, and Connecticut.
Well, we know the benefits of having great hearing aids and being able to hear well. That's exactly why I've been telling you now for a long time about HEAR, H-E-A-R, here in Texas. But did you also know there are problems with health that are associated often with poor hearing? Things like balance issues and early onset dementia. If you or somebody that you know suffers from hearing loss, as I do, I want you to see HEAR in Texas. Simply the best. They will do a complete evaluation of your hearing to find out what's going on so they can prescribe for you the right fix that's for you. You see, there's no cookie cutter approach with the team at HEAR in Texas. They are a team of hearing specialists and they're ready to work for you today. They accept TRICARE and other insurance as well, and they have a wonderful subscription service. So when the technology updates, as it does frequently, you just get a brand new pair of hearing aids. Find out more today by logging on at HEAR in Texas, H-E-A-R, HearInTX.com. Have your hearing tested today at the best in Texas. That's HEAR in Texas, H-E-A-R, HearInTX.com.
San Antonio's premier gardening event, the Festival of Flowers, returns Saturday, May 30th to the San Antonio Shrine Auditorium. Enjoy a full day of gardening and landscape care co-hosted by San Antonio Water System. Find more details at festivaloflowerssanantonio.com.
Dave Ramsey here. When your AC quits, the plumbing backs up, or something electrical goes sideways, you need straight answers. That's why I recommend Champion Home Services. They handle heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. One company with no pressure and no games or upselling. Just honesty and clear pricing before anything starts. You see the purple Champion trucks and their belt buckle logo all over town. Champion believes in doing things the right way the first time. They show up on time, respect your home, they respect your money, and they do the work like professionals should, helping you sleep better at night. So when you need reliable AC, plumbing, and electrical help from people you can trust, call Champion Home Services at 210-528-1604 or go to championac.com. Trustworthy, Texas proud home services, championac.com. And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Not a lot of things in this world are free, especially a world with high inflation. But when it comes to financial education, I have something free for you. It's the Creating Richer Lives podcast. I'm Carl Eggers, your host. Find the podcast each week at creatingricherlives.com or on all major podcasting platforms.
It's just as friendly and a little cooler. Introducing nonstop flights to Toronto with Air Canada from San Antonio International Airport. See fares and start booking at aircanada.com.
Bjorn's has evolved. Our team's been bringing cutting-edge tech home for 50 years. Come visit the Bjorn's showroom on 281. We'll show you how the future of technology can fit perfectly into your world. Because if it's technology, it's at Bjorn's. Just Bjorn's.
Guests of Ware and Rima appear via the Stevens Roofing Newsmaker Hotline.
Babylon B. Wife says her love language is all of them, and you're going to have to guess which one it is today.
Oh, God.
That's
Wow.
true. There's a lot of truth in that.
Yeah, I like John. I follow the Johns on Breitbart. I really like John Nolte, and he writes a lot about pop culture as well, and Hollywood and film and all that stuff. And, something you and I, we spend a lot of time talking about AI. Why? Because, well, it's our present and our future. It's the whole world is going to be AI. I mean, either you figure out what it's going to mean in your life or you let it take over without making a choice, because it's here. And Nolte did a piece yesterday on this movie that wasn't at the festival, but it was in Cannes, called Hell Grind. Hell Grind is a 95-minute movie. It's an action flick. Cost $500,000 to make, and it took about 15 weeks to produce. Reading the article, not a single human is in the movie. The whole thing is AI generated. And you can only, you don't have to be brilliant to do the math that if this were a live action movie using real human beings and all that stuff, even with CGI special effects, it would probably cost a smidge more than $500K. And it's completely AI generated. We're at the point now where it still requires thousands of prompts to kind of get what you're looking for. But obviously that's going to become more and more streamlined to where it's not going to require nearly as many prompts. And you talk about this all the time, to produce television shows, movies, albums, I still call them records, where a human being is not actually involved. And Nolte said of this movie called Hell Grind, it's not bad. It's still kind of cartoony. It's, you still don't really get the sense that you're looking at real human beings. They look like real human beings.
Did you watch it?
I haven't seen it.
He posted the first 22 minutes of it.
I watched maybe a few seconds. I'm not interested. I'll take his word on it.
Yeah.
Because that really is the future. And that's why Hollywood itself is reacting to a lot of this stuff, as are a lot of industry. It's here. It's what's going to happen. It doesn't really matter how I artistically feel about it. It's kind of, I know where I look at my life and what my relationship with AI is going to be as far as what I create. But as far as the idea that the movie houses are going to be filled and the streaming services are going to be filled with AI content that doesn't involve a single human being, it's just here. It doesn't really matter what I think about it.
Right. So the audience, as long as they are entertained by it, they don't care how it's made.
Right.
They just want to know that it's entertaining.
I think it's sad.
Oh, I know. Yeah, for sure. I'm just trying to explain from the audience perspective, as long as it's entertaining, they don't care. When you look at another story right next to Nolte's, Dawn of Digital Employee.
Oh, I saw that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
Listen to this in relation to what you're talking about. In relation to what you're talking about, they don't complain, they don't sleep, and they work all night. And what they're talking about here is you can have these AI bots that'll work around the clock.
They don't take time off.
No vacations. They don't get sick time. They don't complain. They don't get pregnant and have to take the next 12 weeks off. They don't do any of that stuff. They just keep churning out the product. Well, that's what movie producers are now going to be doing. They don't have to mess with Tom Cruise and his silly little trailer and all the people that are in his entourage and all the little special things. You lay out this buffet every single day for Tom Cruise. I'm just using his name.
Sure.
Anybody, you can insert anybody's name in there. And then Tom's sick today, can't come to the set today, or this happened or that happened. You don't have to mess with any of that. All I got to do is go on the keyboard, and there he is. There is my actor for the day. I'm not saying I'm in favor of it, Sean.
Oh, no, I get it.
What I'm saying is that's the reality of the situation.
And this is why it's sad to me, okay? You look at older movies where if there's an action sequence, some dude had to drive that car. Some dude, like Tom Cruise, had to crawl down that building. One of the reasons I've lost interest in a lot of action movies anymore is because it's all CGI. It's been that for years, where it's not a real stunt. It's not anything that's actually happening. It's some CGI effect. So for me personally, if I go into it knowing the whole thing is AI, which you won't be able to escape, you'll know it's AI. It just loses all appeal to me because it's not the result of human activity.
I know, but that's you.
It's me, yeah.
What I'm saying is there's a lot of future generations.
They won't give a crap.
They're not going to care.
There was a third article yesterday in Breitbart, though, about Gen Z. Gen Z are the ones who are most apprehensive about not having a job because of AI.
For sure, because it's going to affect them more than anybody else.
Sure.
But when it comes to, number one, the producers and saving money, because they don't have to pay Tom Cruise, right? They don't have to have the trailer. They don't have to have food and all the attendants. They're going to save a crap ton of money. As Nolte pointed out, this thing costs $500,000.
$500K, that's it.
Now, so when we got to go. We can do some more of this later. We are Ware and Rima, KTSA.
Hey, it's Sean. If you want to prevent an AC breakdown at your home, start with the $89 AC tune-up from John Wayne. This tune-up includes a full 35-point inspection to keep your AC running factory fresh. Now, they don't just glance at it. They go through the system step by step. John Wayne will remove the top of your condenser fan to clean the inside of your unit properly from the inside out. That deep cleaning helps remove debris that can rust out the base of your unit. A tune-up can also help your system run better, longer, and more reliably when the heat hits. And if your system is older and you're ready for an upgrade, ask about their new AC system options. John Wayne has a cooling coupon for up to $3,000 off new qualifying AC systems. See their current offers online at johnwayne.com. Call my friends at John Wayne or book an appointment online and get it knocked out before the next heat wave. Call them up today, 210-293-6700, or look them up online at johnwayne.com.
We
Getting the job done right is job one. You need construction equipment that's built right. With durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all, you need the Kubota construction lineup. We've got the machines that keep you working. Paired with expert service and a customer-first attitude, Ewald Kubota is a name Texans have trusted for over 75 years. From the Texas coast to the Texas Hill Country, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
This is San Antonio's news, traffic, and weather station.
It's 9 o'clock, KTSA San Antonio. I'm Christian Blood. Another round of rain passing through the Alamo City, mainly the south side, and that's after another one that went through overnight. We do have some slowdowns as a result. We'll get the latest in KTSA time saver traffic in just a minute. Ken Paxton, big winner in the Republican primary runoff for the U.S. Senate in Texas. The state attorney general beat incumbent Senator John Cornyn. It was just last week President Trump announced his endorsement of Paxton, which is believed to be what decided the race outright. Cornyn was seeking his fifth term, while Paxton represents what some see as a candidate more loyal to MAGA. Paxton will face Democrat State Rep James Tallarico in the November midterms. Key members of the Trump administration now showing up at the White House, and they're going to be talking about the war with Iran.
President Trump will be hosting a cabinet meeting here at the White House amid all of this uncertainty on whether there will be a deal with Iran and amid those escalating tensions. The president and senior administration officials had been optimistic about the progress of these talks, but this morning, still nothing has been finalized, and Iran is vowing retaliation after the U.S. launched what it called self-defensive strikes in the region.
That's correspondent Rachel Scott. A teenager accused in multiple robberies is facing charges. 18-year-old Joseph Anthony Aguilar is accused of robbing people after luring them via online platforms. He may have been getting some help from a female suspect who's at large, according to police. Police in Universal City say Aguilar was involved in the shooting of a teenager early Monday morning. The victim got help from witnesses at a nearby coffee shop. Investigators say Aguilar and the female have been involved in additional schemes, and they also think the two live in the same apartment complex. KTSA News Time 9:02.
Good morning. Just cleared one of our trouble spots. This report sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. That wreck at I-10 eastbound before La Cantera Parkway, that is just cleared. Cleanup process continues on Commerce at Callahan, where we had a vehicle fire, so they're in the process of cleaning that up. And a new trouble spot, I-10 eastbound the on-ramp from 410. Balcones Heights area get reports of a wreck right side of that entrance ramp blocked. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MADD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline, 877-MADD-HELP or MADD.org. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Some sun, but a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, mainly early. It'll be humid with the high of 84. Watch for an evening thunderstorm in the area, otherwise partly cloudy and humid. The low 72 along the Riverwalk and 67 in Hill Country. Then humid with a mix of clouds and sun for Thursday, the high 88. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina with your KTSA Stevens Roofing AccuWeather forecast.
Showers on the south side, otherwise mostly cloudy, 65 at San Antonio's severe weather station. I'm Christian Blood. Stay connected. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
News Talk 550 KTSA.
I'll call you back. I have to help these guys.
Ware and Rima, 6 till 10. News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
All right, James Talafrico asks, what's the most important? Here, listen.
Something that you love. That's not
something that you love.
Family or friends.
Not family or friends. What do you really love?
I love, and just say this because it's on my mind, the trans children who
we know that. We know that about you. That's why months ago I started calling you Trans Rico, but I like Talafrico too. He loves trans children. He wants them to be able to go to the horse pistol and get all chopped up so that they can change their sex. Because, the reality is, Sean, if you just decide in your brain at the age of, I don't know, pick an age, 5, 6?
3.
Okay, that you want to be the other sex, then you can do that, and we'll take you to the horse pistol and have it done for you. By the way, at taxpayer expense, without your parents knowing about it. We won't ask your parents.
Well, and that's all of them. I mean, the fact that this guy is ascending the way he is in a place like Texas, I honestly thought the trans thing was played out. But he's still beating that drum, man, and it's sick.
Well,
you're talking about child abuse. I mean, there's really no other way to put it.
Of course. And look, as far as it being on all of them, you're 100% right. He's the one I'm going to be focused on.
Oh, sure.
I don't care what they're doing in California or Illinois or Maine right now. Other than it's fun to talk about Graham Plattner right now because he's the Nazi. Did you see him waving yesterday? Boy, that sure looks like Heil Hitler when he waves.
Oh, he's an a-hole, man.
You know what I'm saying?
He's just an a-hole.
He waves like this. He just holds he holds his hands up. Can you see it on the camera? He holds his hands up and he doesn't even shake his hand. It's just like that. That's how he waves.
He's doing it on purpose, isn't he?
Huh?
He's doing it on purpose.
Well, I'm sure because that's who he is.
They all hate the Jews.
He's a Nazi. so anyway, Scott Jennings, who I really love, had this to say about it.
Talarico is well funded. Talarico will continue to raise money, but it's interesting to me that now Republicans have to worry about deep red Texas because they have a flawed candidate who does not know how to raise. And you're now seeing that currently play out.
I'm sending my first check to Paxton today.
Analysis of this race is sort of the differences between what a Cornyn or a Paxton would look like here. I'm thinking about the differences between Talarico and literally every other Texan. Don't know any Texans who believe in 6 genders other than Talarico. Don't know any Texans who said it's immoral to eat meat other than Talarico. Don't know any Texans who walk around saying things, God is non-binary. You all are both Texans. Do you know any other Texan who even talks like that?
Well, there's a few in Austin. They got hairy armpits and they wear the round glasses.
They smell like potting soil.
They love to look like Janis Joplin. Okay, on another matter, it came out last night that Merrick Garland's top advisor from the previous administration, Patty Stemler is her name.
Mm-hmm.
They uncovered some emails from her. And she believed and told them at the time the Mar-a-Lago raid was illegal. And she told them before they did it, and yet they green-lighted it, and not only green-lighted it, but they also gave the approval for the use of deadly force. We've talked about this off and on, where they went in there hoping that Trump's guys were going to would be forced to respond with deadly force, and there'd be a hell of a shootout there, be a mess. Maybe Trump would get killed. Maybe Melania would get killed. Something like that would happen. This was all in their plan as they went to get that document that showed Barack Hussein devised the whole Russian collusion thing. They needed to get that away from Trump. They obviously did not. Tulsi Gabbard presented it. Now we're coming up and finding that in August of 22nd, she said, this was their top advisor to Merrick Garland, there is no probable cause for you to go into Mar-a-Lago. They did it anyway with over 36 machine gun agents and deadly force authorized.
They all knew it was illegal.
Of course they did.
She was telling them stuff they already knew.
Of course they knew.
What happened to her? Anything happened to her as a result?
She's out. We don't know where she is or what she's doing. We're also hearing, and I have not reached out to her yet. I'm going to, but also hearing that Tulsi has got a lot of goods and receipts on the 2020 election.
I bet she does.
And she's going to drop it on the way out.
I bet you that would be beautiful.
On
that
the
would
way
be
out
damn
the
near
door.
art.
Wouldn't it be great?
I was off when all that went down with her last week. That made me sad. I just really, really like her.
Yeah.
We both did. I mean, she was the right person for the job, and
she's
sucks.
genuine.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard Jack talk about this yesterday, but one of the guys who's buried at Arlington, his wife posted online, listen, if anybody is in that area today, which was Memorial Day Monday, if anybody's there, will you go by my husband's grave and take a picture of it for me and just post it so I can see the condition of his grave?
Yeah.
Tulsi saw it. Tulsi went to the man's grave, put a flower on the grave, and then she said, it's not only my pleasure but my honor to sit here at your husband's grave.
Right.
At your husband's grave, and I wanted you to see this. So she took a picture of children there, and children were laying flowers at the man's grave as well. Tulsi.
Yeah, well, she's top shelf, man. She's the best there is. Conversely, wasn't it in D.C., not at the Vietnam Wall, but at one of the other Vietnam displays, I think, wasn't there people going in there and destroying it and ripping down flags? I mean, you saw some of that behavior on Monday. You know, was it?
Well, just the fact that they picked Monday to do this thing in New Jersey at the ICE facility.
And then the George Floyd thing in Minneapolis. I mean, this is who they are. Was it Hakeem? We've been playing the audio. Was it Hakeem Jeffries who said of the results last night that it's between a good man and a bad man?
No, it's Van Jones.
Oh, Van Jones, right. I get them mixed up.
Well,
ideologically
they're
speaking.
one and the same.
They're the same person.
Let me play it real quick so everybody can hear it. Here it is.
This is a bad night for America. You have a good man running against a bad man, and the bad man won. And just as a parent, that's tough. I mean,
this is the tack they're going to take.
But here's the deal. It really, and you've been saying this to your credit, you've been saying this for a lot of years. This really is a battle between good and bad, good and evil. I was looking at the story of the TikToking idiot who was dancing on the grave at Utah University where Charlie Kirk lost his life. And all the positive comments, you know, I mean, Hayward said it, you know, you call it a death cult. He calls it the murder party. It's exactly what they are. This is about good versus evil. It really, truly is. We're really down to it. And again, if they win, and some of them are Republicans, if they win this thing, John Hayward is right. This country is going to become something completely unrecognizable. Both of us have said this time and time again on the air. We got a taste of this for 4 years during the Biden administration. Okay, we got a small taste of it. And what we went through was pretty freaking bad.
Horrible.
But you just wrap your mind around these swamp critters running the whole circus. And, yeah, this country will become a third world S-hole in short measure.
Well, first of all, there are going to be people that are going to be arrested. There's going to be guns that are going to be taken away from you. They're going to open the border. These are things that they say they're going to do. They're going to pack the Supreme Court. Something I said last week was, okay, fine. The Democrats are hammering that we need to pack the Supreme Court. So, Republicans, you have all three branches of government right now. Go ahead and pack it. Find yourself some Clarence Thomases and some Sam Alitos and pack the hell out of the Supreme Court right now. Obviously, I'm not serious because whoever packs it, the next one is going to come in and pack it, and the next one's going to come in.
Right.
But the Democrats are going to kill the filibuster to do that. They are going to do all of this stuff, and the filibuster be damned.
Well, they hate the filibuster until they love it. It's really, depending on who's wielding it, will tell you what they think about it. But, I mean, we say every election cycle, and maybe this is true to a certain extent, that every election cycle is the most important one.
No, this is it.
But this really is for all the marbles. This really is. And I think that's why I'm so thankful for MAGA, for Trump. Again,
of course,
not a tried and true, not a Republican guy. I don't believe that.
Without him, the country's lost. Now, you're a fan of Bill. You like old Bill Hemmer. You say every morning when he comes on, hello, Bill Hemmer.
I just like saying his name. I don't know why.
Well, here he is.
It's not impressive. This, however, all of this orange, this Texas Longhorn orange was prominent for Paxton, and Brooke Taylor was up late.
It's everywhere in the state except for extreme southern Texas.
Last night, again today. And she is live in Texas with the fallout today. Brooke, hello.
Hi, Bill. This was really just a landslide victory here in Texas, with Attorney General Ken Paxton being declared the winner just an hour after those polls closed. And
actually 3 seconds into it. Okay, before the break, I want to bring up something just totally unrelated to everything we've been talking about. This Sunday night over at the Pearl Stables, Stable Hall, stablehall.com, there's going to be an event to honor Augie Myers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I've been posting about it on my Facebook because I really I'd like for people to go. I talked to Jimmy Vaughn yesterday. I'm going to play some of that, too, because I recorded over the next couple of days. I'll play a little bit of our conversation. But Jimmy is going to be there. Joe King Carrasco is coming, and they got a list of other – in fact, they've had to turn musicians, very famous like Texas musicians and whatever, they've had to turn them away because so many of them wanted to come play this thing on Sunday night at the Pearl Stables. So.
Well, you and I had the extreme honor of, we were invited to the memorial service, and we went to that a few weeks ago. And who didn't love Augie Myers? I mean, Augie was just a great guy, and so Sunday night's going to be very cool.
Augie's one of the fun, and there wasn't ever a day in my life that Augie wasn't in it.
Right.
Because growing up around him. Augie was the funniest, next to Bruce Hathaway, the funniest.
He's hilarious.
He was just unbelievably funny, but an incredible musician, too, and generally, nice guy.
One of the great, and I was blessed to get to know.
Genuine.
Oh, yeah,
not
genuinely
genuine.
nice. And I was blessed to get to know Augie and Clay through Kinky.
Sure.
And they treated me like somebody they had known. I mean, I'm just some radio guy. They don't know who I am. They treated me like I'd known him my whole life.
But
they were really genuinely nice to me.
Augie was that way about everybody.
Yeah,
and Clay's the same way. Good stock. He raised in good stock. But Augie was always that way. Didn't matter if you were a radio guy, TV guy, if you were an elephant. He didn't care. He just loved you.
No, it was just really nice.
I remember
nice guy.
when he was in the Radiocon, and I was telling him, we got a bathroom right there, Augie, if you want to, go Well, I'm going right now.
Right. Very funny guy.
Oh, my gosh.
And
so anyway, Sunday night, Pearl Stables, stablehall.com is where you can get your tickets. So check it out. Again, Jimmy Vaughn, who is a world-famous blues musician, of course, and the elder brother to Stevie Ray.
Right.
Without Jimmy, there was no Stevie Ray. And so he's going to be there playing. And so, anyway, just wanted to toss that in there. Let me tell you about New Bath Today. New Bath Today used to be called Safe Showers, but now they do a whole lot more than build safe showers. Safe showers, you bet. New Bath Today still builds them. Absolutely they do. With a low step-up entry, a non-slip floor. They got all the beautiful fixtures in there. If you want it to rain on your head or you want one of those poles in there where you can slide it, adjust it up and down for your size, they can put grab bars in there. You know what they don't put in there? Grout. I love that about the safe showers from New Bath Today because you never have to worry about cleaning grout. You never have to worry about mold, mildew, and all that stuff that, takes your Saturday to break your back to get in there and clean it up. You don't have to worry about that. And, of course, they do the non-slip flooring throughout the bathroom. They do new cabinetry. They'll build you a vanity space, beautiful mirrors and lighting. They can do an entire bathroom remodeling project, as much of it or as little of it as you want them to do. And right now with New Bath Today, if you mention Trey Ware, they're going to take $1,500 off your new safe shower that they'll put in there for you. And, of course, they have some great interest rates and low monthly payments for your New Bath Today. If you're even considering a bathroom remodeling project this year, reach out to newbathtoday.com and have them come out and get you a free, no obligation in-home estimate, newbathtoday.com. And it's going to be partly sunny and humid today with a high right around 85, 66 and cloudy KTSA.
Good morning. Working a trouble spot on I-10 eastbound, that on-ramp from Loop 410. We've got an accident right side of the entrance ramp blocked. It's causing about a 20-minute delay, slow from Dezavala. 410 eastbound Callahan, disabled vehicle off to the shoulder, and 410 southbound Ray Ellison, disabled vehicle right shoulder blocked. Also noticing a little bit of a delay along 1604 northbound from 151 to Hausman. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This is the greatest movement in the history of our country.
A movement of news and talk.
And it's just starting.
News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 1071.
Hi, it's James. I'm the owner of Patriot Driving Cleaning. Proudly offering professional driving cleaning here in San Antonio for a flat rate of $95. Schedule today at cleanmydriveevent.org. That's cleanmydriveevent.org. Patriot Driving Cleaning. Veteran owned, veteran proud, and veteran standards.
It's home selling season. What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That never happens with Orchard. Lowball offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with an Orchard agent. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale. Their local agents help you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on the market for top dollar. One customer said their house went under contract within 24 hours. That's amazing. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell. Get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. Orchard.com.
Hey, it's Sean. What is Texacare? Texacare is healthcare coverage built by Texans for Texans. Texacare was created by seasoned healthcare professionals right here in Texas, and they're a new health plan provider specifically focused on local small businesses. So if that's you, talk to my friends at Texacare. They have great plans that offer great benefits, like 4 no copay visits per member per year for your providers, such as urgent care specialists like cardiologists and dermatologists, mental health professionals, physical therapy, and Chiropractic. Also, no copay, unlimited virtual care visits with licensed doctors 24/7, no appointment, and no waiting in an office. Who doesn't love this stuff? Texacare plans also cater to individuals with chronic conditions for 4 no copay visits a year for your primary care, so your physician can help manage conditions like diabetes or hypertension. So talk to my friends at Texacare. Take care, Texas, again, by getting your healthcare coverage for your small business through Texacare by going to this website, Texacare.com. That's Texacare.com.
After 56 incredible years in San Antonio, Ben Adams Jewelers is closing its doors forever. Now, everything must go. Save up to 80% off or more on our entire inventory of diamonds, gold, gemstones, and fine jewelry. This is your final chance to own extraordinary pieces at the lowest prices in our history. We're emptying the vaults, but time is running out. Hurry in to Ben Adams Jewelers today. Our historic going out of business sale ends forever Saturday, June 6th.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
At Ponderosa Ranch, your dog enjoys a fun-filled day or overnight stay with personalized attention and enriching activities tailored just for them. Hey y'all, this is Hannah over at Ponderosa Ranch. Make the ranch your pup's home away from home while you're on vacation, or let them enjoy a day of play in our 100% enrichment-based doggy daycare program. At Ponderosa Ranch, we treat your dog like family. With customized play packages, we make sure that your pup's stay is as unique as they are. Zoomies, cuddles, training, a spa bath with podicure, we got it all covered with 3 convenient locations. Ponderosa Ranch is open every single day, and we're here to meet all of your canine care needs. So the next time you're planning a family getaway, make sure that your pup is having just as much fun as you, maybe even more, at Ponderosa Ranch. Visit WeLoveYourDog.net to book their stay. That's WeLoveYourDog.net. Or to speak with a reservation specialist, call 210-404-9941. We hope to see you soon at Ponderosa Ranch, San Antonio's top doggy daycare and boarding facility.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. This morning starting at 11 on News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
Ware, Rima, KTSA.
Taking a break from some of the heavier news, I was reading an article yesterday about Neil McDonough, who is an actor who he's been around for a while. He's in the new Jimmy Stewart movie. We were talking about AI doing this $500K movie in Cannes that was completely AI generated. You know, no human beings were actually involved, no actors, no directors, any of that stuff. And you know how I'm not a big fan of that sort of thing. You look at a guy like, and he plays Jimmy Stewart's dad. There's a new movie coming out called Jimmy, and it's, as I understand it, predominantly about his service in World War II. And then when he got back, and you know, he was offered a part in this little Christmas movie. Which, you know, became a hallmark, if you will, of American culture. It's a Wonderful Life. And you look at guys...
Which is a depressing movie.
It is
for
depressing
the last 1 minute.
Well, I've always said that. It's like it's a depressing as crap movie for about 3 hours to the last 5 minutes. But it's still it's a very good film.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent movie.
Classic.
Now, McDonough was talking about how... We've talked about him before. He made the news a few years ago because he refused to kiss an actress on set out of respect for his wife, and he got labeled as a religious nut and kind of didn't start losing parts and stuff like that.
Blackballed.
But you know, it was kind of my off ramp or on ramp to talk about Jimmy Stewart in this movie, which I am looking forward to seeing. And it's a movie starring real human beings. And if you're of a certain age group, you probably don't even know who Jimmy Stewart was. You look at Jimmy, he was an actor that you and I grew up with,
sure.
and you know, was still seeing him in new movies. I saw him in The Shootist with John Wayne at a drive-in movie theater first run when it was a new movie, and just we grew up watching Jimmy Stewart movies.
And that poem on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson
where he
about the
his
dog.
Yeah, it's a classic TV moment. You know, I mean, for those of you who don't know, he lost his dog died, and he read a poem on Johnny Carson on the Tonight Show about it. It was just an amazing moment.
Beautiful.
But you look at Jimmy Stewart, and here's the kind of an American that you want to see a return to. Jimmy Stewart was doing very well as a leading man in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Started in film and movies in the mid-20s, I think, and was doing a lot of stuff. Was very popular going into World War II. Now, a guy like that wasn't going to be, drafted. If he didn't want to go, he didn't have to go. I mean, he was a movie star. He was somebody that you would have, I guess, not that he's more important than other people. It's kind of like Elvis when Elvis, joined the military. You don't have to, but he did. He at the height of a very successful film career, he joined the Army. He fought in World War II. He flew an airplane, I believe. I believe he was a pilot. And
he was.
Came back, the bomber, and put all of that on hold to go fight in the war, essentially.
That's right.
And then came back and had to kind of resurrect his career after the war. And you think about a guy like that in today's culture. Now, we both talk about Gen Z a lot and how they're turning back to faith and more traditional values, which makes me feel good, gives me hope.
Yeah, it's great.
But you look at our culture. Our culture is extraordinarily self-obsessed. The whole idea of
social media.
Rosie O'Donnell prattled on about her moral dilemma over her freaking facelift. Okay, Jimmy Stewart, I bet you it wasn't even a question for him. Well, I got to go. I got to go. I got to go fight for this country.
But he wasn't the only one. I know we're talking about him right now. But the Disney brothers,
Right, but Jimmy Stewart was probably the highest profile at that time, because he was a major star going into the war.
Sure.
Before he made the damn Christmas movie, leading man guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm really looking forward to seeing that movie. It looks really good.
Can I circle back to McDonough for just a second? Because there's more to that story, and I had it on the top of my – it's funny that you chose this segment.
We're an all-married couple there, Trey.
So he was blackballed, and he turned to drinking.
He did.
He got
he did.
Turned into a raging drunk. His words, not mine.
Yeah.
And his wife said, baby, you got to stop,
Well, she said it's me or the bottle.
And he
us or the bottle.
He lost everything. The house, 5 kids. And lost everything, and Luke Perry came to him and said, come live with me,
right.
And, he looked at his wife and said, I'm done with this. And he has completely, as of now, turned his life completely around. And I don't know, you probably know him a whole lot more than I do. Obviously, I don't follow these guys. But I'm just, he's 60 years old, new life in front of him. His wife is still there, the 5 kids, and he's rebuilt his life after – those jerks in Hollywood destroyed him because he wouldn't kiss another woman.
Well, I was going to say, he lost everything, not because of the drink he came after. He lost everything because he wasn't getting jobs.
Right.
Because he refused to, and he said, I will not kiss another woman on set. And, again, was kind of labeled falsely as a religious nut. He was a man of faith, I believe, before that. But he as somebody who knows all about it, he got into self-numbing or numbing himself out.
But just imagine doing that to another human being because they made a choice.
Yeah,
I'm going to destroy your life because of your own personal. Instead of saying, "Okay, dude, we'll work around that.
Yeah,
we'll figure out
there's 1,000 ways you can get around something like that."
Exactly. Instead of doing that, we're just going to destroy you.
Right.
Yeah.
And very inspiring story.
That's why I wanted to circle back to him in particular as well as Jimmy Stewart. We're Ware and Rima, KTSA.
550 KTSA and FM 107.1 is proud to support San Antonio-based nonprofit Soldiers Angels during Operation Appreciation. Now through the 4th of July, we'll be collecting care package items to ship to deployed service members around the world. Monetary donations are welcome to cover shipping costs. Get complete details now at KTSA.com. Presented by Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. And in part by Window World, the Institute for Functional Health, Big State Financial, here in Texas, and Connecticut.
We had some pretty bad rain last night. If you're a homeowner, that can do a lot of damage to your roof, whether it's something that you'll notice straight up or it's something maybe you don't know. Maybe you got damage to your roof that you're not aware of. That's why I need my friends at Stevens Roofing and Solar to come on out and give you a free roof inspection. As I tell you every day, my wife and I have done this twice with our place. They come on out and they go over every square inch of your roof. Because what happens, we've had some pretty hot and sticky weather leading up to the rain last night. And if those shingles start peeling away from the wood structure, you get a soaking rain like you did last night, gets into the wood and messes up your roof. And that could be a very expensive proposition for you. So get ahead of the damage and have Stevens Roofing come on out and take a look at your roof. Doesn't cost you anything. They're also Stevens Roofing and Solar right now. I'm seeing more and more solar panels go up in my neighborhood. So if you want to talk to them about that, you can do it when you schedule that free roof inspection by calling them up at 210-785-0994 or looking them up online at stevensroofing.net.
Garage doors love to break on weekends. Precision Garage Doors of San Antonio works weekends at no extra charge. Live operators, fully stocked trucks, one-visit repairs. Call Precision Garage Door when your door picks the worst possible time.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Pet owners and parents know the struggle. Every time dogs or kids go outside, they track mud right back in. If you're tired of scrubbing floors, you need Muddy Mat, the anti-mud mat that cleans paws and shoes before they ruin your home. Only Muddy Mat features thousands of ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary mats, instantly trapping dirt and water to protect your floors. Put it by every door, under pet bowls, in the kitchen for spills. It even makes a perfect bath mat. And it's 100% machine washable, so cleanup is effortless.
Since getting Muddy Mat, I don't worry about what my dog gets into. His paws are clean the second he steps off.
No more mopping. I love it. Thank you, Muddy Mat.
Right now, get a free medium Muddy Mat with your order of 2 or more mats at buymuddymat.com. This offer is only available at buymuddymat.com. That's BUYMUDDYMAT.com. Don't wait. Get your free Muddy Mat today at buymuddymat.com.
We're living through a monetary crime scene, and your IRA or 401k is a key victim. Hi, Dr. Ron Paul here. In 1971, gold was $35 an ounce. After the dollar was cut loose from it, inflation soared. And in just 9 years, gold hit $850. People who diversified into precious metals survived and thrived. Today, we're in a worse position because we face inflation and massive debt. Fortunately, gold is still an option. My trusted friends at Birch Gold Group can help you own gold inside your retirement account. Plus, you pay 0 penalties on the transfer. Start now by getting a free info kit on gold. Text the word SECURE to 989898. We're facing the same monetary chaos as the 70s with significantly more debt. Get your free info kit from Birch Gold. Just text SECURE to the number 989898.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Right now, with the purchase of a Connecticut, you receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. Call Connecticut and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
KTSA News brought to you by Stevens Roofing.
Trump endorsements continue to rack up the victories across the U.S., and now there's a big one in the state of Texas. We'll talk about it. Negotiations continue between the U.S. and Iran to end the war, but it's still unclear how close we are to seeing a deal get signed. And the Spurs now on the brink of elimination in the NBA Western Conference Finals. We'll see what happened last night coming up at 10 o'clock.
Christian was on the air. Everything's cooked. Well, same here. Check.
Hello? Nope.
Well, yes, we're 9:35 now, 550 KTSA FM 107.1. And you can watch the show at 550 KTSA, KTSA.com, KTSA.com. We're just going to talk for a minute while the music is playing behind us because we don't have a board up in there to turn the music off. Elaine, can you go in there and turn the music off? I'll try to tell you which one to pull down so we can talk here.
There we are.
Yeah, we're on. We just need to have the music turned down. Can you just come in here and turn the music down? We need to have the music turned down so we can have a conversation. That's what we need. Music playing. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Trey.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
How do you like this song playing all over you?
Hey, it's great.
Great.
Feeling a little moist. I need to put on some new deodorant. Sorry, I just shared that with everybody.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you did. Now, let's get to this.
I'll support President Trump's America First agenda and finally secure our nation's elections by passing the Save America Act.
That was a major part of what happened last night. There is no way around it. There's no doubt about it. The fact that the Rhino Republicans, such as John Cornyn and John Thune, stood in the way of the Save America Act, which is wildly popular. And when I brought it up last week, John Cornyn was listening because he was in town campaigning, and he actually called Elaine and gave her an earful. She sent me all the messages from them. Well, can't help it. He was standing in the way of passing the Save America Act, and it helped bring about his downfall. There's no question about it.
You look at something like, and I've been saying it all morning, that depending on how you react to the Save America Act, whether you support it or try to block it or keep it from coming to be, shows you everything you need to know about that particular politician, whether they're a Democrat or a Republican, because this is popular across the board. Democrats want this. Everybody wants it.
And the Republicans, as I mentioned earlier, John Thune helped spend $100 million in Texas to protect John Cornyn, and zero on the Save America Act. He's trying to kill the Save America Act, and America in Texas, Texans, responded last night about that. Brandon Gill, who is a Republican from here in Texas, said this.
Which Senator Cornyn has a long history of supporting, or do we want somebody who's a fighter who's going to go to Washington and stand up for Texas values and for the people of Texas? You know, Ken Paxton has been a fighter in the AG's office. He's been a fighter for the president, and he's going to continue doing that in Washington, and I think that's exactly what the people of Texas are looking for. In other words, the people of Texas are looking for somebody who's going to do what they said they were going to do on the campaign trail.
And they're looking for fresh blood. And that includes Mays Middleton, who is going to run to be the Attorney General instead of Chip Roy. They looked at Chip, and they saw old school. They saw Washington, D.C., and they said it's time to make a change.
Yeah, we both like Chip. You know, I mean, it's the same crowd who were against voter ID. Except now you got more Republicans involved. You got guys like Thune who are actually fighting against the Save America Act. And again, if you're against something like that, there can be only one reason why you would be against it.
You want the system cheated.
There's no other reason why you would fight something like that, especially with the Save America Act when it's so wildly popular.
And the other thing that happened last week was John Thune dismissed the Senate without passing funding for ICE and for the Border Patrol, and he said, It was to get back at Donald Trump. I'm paraphrasing.
Sure,
he said you can't divorce the politics of what's happening out there versus what's happening in here. He had a bunch of pissed off rhinos that he had to deal with. So he just said, okay, we'll show Donald Trump. We will send everybody home, and we won't fund the border security measures that Donald Trump wanted. We'll show you, Mr. President.
Exactly.
Well, I think the president showed them last night.
Well, he did, and obviously it's a MAGA world they're living in. They just aren't realizing it yet. But think about what you're saying, because however he characterized it, as you can't separate this from that, it truly was, we're going to get Donald Trump and show him. And you think about how freaking childish that is. And how childish these people are when it comes to their egos and their precious careers. The whole idea of being an American politician was supposed to be about, as you say, being a firefighter. You were supposed to be a person who was there to solve problems. And yet these people fight against the very legislation that would solve problems.
Old married couple?
Yeah. Is that what you're going to say?
Yesterday, I made a video about those guys cutting off the Senate, not everything I just said.
Right.
And I started it out, the very beginning of it, I started out by saying, you talk about a bunch of children. I'm going to take my toys and go. So I started the video.
No, that's
and
what it is.
You're here saying the same thing.
But it is extraordinarily childish. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it is.
Of course
These are
it is.
people who are childishly obsessed with their own egos, childishly obsessed with their own political careers.
Well, sure, it's all about them.
Again, you look at Save America and look at what it would do. Who of a reasonable mind could be against that?
Anybody want to cheat the system?
Well, that's the only reason
If
why.
you want to cheat, then you're opposed to it. Before we have to break here, I just want to slip into Mom Dami sound because I started out with this being communism, and Hayward, 6:30 this morning, he changed my mind. This is full-on fascism. And I'll explain it after you listen to what Mom Dami is going to do.
Through our new citywide campaign, Fix the City, we will focus on the worst landlords in New York City.
Now, let me just break this down real quick, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to turn landlords into the worst landlords, and here's how. He is going to do rent control, okay? So landlords who are private, let's just say you own 2 apartment buildings in New York City. He is going to tell you how much you can charge. And so when it comes to fixing it up, you're not going to have enough money to fix up your building because he's already told you can't charge enough to fix it up.
Right.
So it starts to go downhill. It starts to dilapidate. It needs new toilets, needs new coat of paint. Well, you don't have the money to do that because he put rent control in on top of you. So as it degrades, this is what he's going to do.
When necessary, we will take aggressive legal action to remove negligent owners and property managers.
Again, he's going to create those negligent property owners.
Right.
And for buildings that have suffered chronic neglect, we will work to transfer ownership to responsible stewards. Stewards that include community land trusts, nonprofits, or even the tenants themselves.
This is full-on fascism.
Well,
That's exactly what we're dealing with here.
You create a legal situation where you don't have the money to upgrade or maintain your property.
No.
Then they take your property because you're not maintaining
That's it. That is exactly what he's doing, and then he's going to give it to the people of his choice. And Hayward said this morning he's right. I thought it sounded like Stalin to me, but Hayward's right. That's 1930s Germany. We're going to take the property away from the people we disapprove of, the Jews, and we're going to give it to people we approve of.
Because it's really not about you being a negligent landlord. It's about you being unpleasant or being somebody they don't want around or what have you. That's exactly what it's about.
And they're going to create the situation where they can come take it from you. And give it, yes, I got you, and give it to somebody else.
But the people they're going to go after aren't going to be people who are just bad landlords. It's going to be people who they don't agree with or who are critical of them or what have you.
That's right. And here in Texas, you are going to get the finest in hearing evaluation and in hearing aids. It's not like going to these big box stores because they've all got them now. Oh, yeah, you can go into Costco's and the Sam's of the world and all those. You can even go into the little stores in your neighborhood, the CVS's and all that, and they have hearing aids there. But it ain't like it is here in Texas. Sean can tell you that. I can tell you that because we've done it. And I've heard from, and I'm sure he has too, Tons of you have gone through the process here in Texas. In fact, I'm going to share this story. And I had to struggle with whether or not I was going to share it, but I'm going to share it. I had a friend, a very close friend, who went up and had her hearing tested up there. And they told her, you know what, you're kind of borderline. I don't think you're really going to need them. I think you're okay for right now. Now, they could have said to her, oh, yes, because she's convinced that she needs hearing aids. And they could have said to her, oh, yes, ma'am, you really need hearing aids. You're in bad shape. And could have sold her a pair of hearing aids, and she would have bought them. But instead of doing that to my friend, they said, yeah, you're okay. You know, maybe in a year or two, maybe 3, whatever, you come on back and we'll reevaluate and see where you are then. But you're all right now. Now, that's who they are here in Texas. You want to improve your life, the quality of your life? Check them out online, HEAR, here in Texas, here in TX.com. Partly sunny and humid today with a high near 85, 65 and cloudy, KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a few trouble spots. This report sponsored by Allstate. On 281 northbound at 1604, that wreck has been moved off to the shoulder. A stall at 410 eastbound Callahan, right shoulder blocked, and another disabled vehicle. Well, looks like they just cleared this one. 410 southbound Ray Ellison, now clear. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
Wealth Watch Advisors. You know, there's a ton of these drive-through investment firms out there, just about every street corner, but do they know what they're doing, number one? And can you trust them with your money? That's number two, your hard-earned money, right? I want you to know about my friends over at Wealth Watch Advisors. I know these guys. I trust these guys. They have offices here in San Antonio. Many of them are from San Antonio. At Wealth Watch Advisors, different kind of thing here, okay? They focus on a whole lot more than just your investments. Their fiduciary advisors will take the time to understand your entire estate concerns. Then they come up with strategies to address them all, including tax mitigation, estate and legacy planning, retirement income mapping, so much more, insurance, all that stuff. And then they put your program together considering your entire universe, what you got going on financially. Now, everybody's situation is unique and requires that specialized approach, so they don't ever come to you with, this is plan A, this is plan B, and this is plan C, and we've offered it to the last 100 people we've talked to. They don't do that at Wealth Watch Advisors. This is about you and what's going to help you and your portfolio perform a whole lot better. I want you to just get a quick conversation with them at 210-249-5360 and discuss this with them and see if they're a right fit for you. Wealth Watch Advisors at wealthwatchadvisors.com, 210-249-5360. You're going to love these folks. They really are great at what they do, and they're easy to get along with, and they'll put together a program. It's going to work for you, wealthwatchadvisors.com. This message is a paid endorsement. Investment advisory services are offered through Wealth Watch Advisors, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing does involve risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results.
Love Magnolia Pancake House? They want to show you love back. Join their loyalty rewards. Spend a little, earn a lot. Free house coffee, a short stack of pancakes, even a skip the line pass. Eat, earn, and enjoy more at Magnolia Pancake House, where their guests are the sweetest part of what they do.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, it's Sean. As you know, I've needed a lot of medical stuff over the past few years, and that's why coverage through work is so very important to me, and that's why you should talk to my friends at Texacare. If you're a small business owner in Texas, Texacare is healthcare coverage built by Texans for Texans, and trust is in their DNA. Texacare is the health affiliate of Texas Mutual, who has been the leading workers' compensation insurance provider for Texas businesses for 30 years. Now, what makes Texacare different? Texacare's plans were developed after listening to Texas small businesses and crafting benefits that work for them and their needs, such as 4 no copay visits per member per year for your primary care, such as cardiologists, dermatologists, mental health professionals, physical therapy, chiropractic, and other providers. So talk to my friends at Texacare. If you're a business owner in Texas, you will thank me later. It's very easy to do. Just go to the website, Texacare.com. That's Texacare.com. Take care, Texas, with Texacare.
Be honest.
How often have you tried to stream a movie and ended up staring at the dreaded buffering wheel?
Or even worse, your Wi-Fi cuts out completely right in the middle of the big game or a critical Zoom meeting.
That's more than annoying. It's a sign your network isn't cutting it.
At Bjorn's, we design and install Wi-Fi systems that actually work. No more dead zones, no more slow speeds, just fast, reliable internet where and when you need it.
Your smart home devices, TVs, gaming systems, phones, they all rely on a solid network.
And that's what we give you, seamless coverage indoors and out.
Whether it's your home, your business, or both, we can build a network that handles it all.
Streaming, gaming, video calls, even your backyard Wi-Fi. We make it smooth, strong, and stress-free.
So stop settling for bad Wi-Fi. Come to Bjorn's and fix it for good.
Because if it's technology,
it's at Bjorn's. Just Bjorn's.
Dave Ramsey here. When your AC quits, the plumbing backs up, or something electrical goes sideways, you need straight answers. That's why I recommend Champion Home Services. They handle heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. One company with no pressure and no games or upselling. Just honesty and clear pricing before anything starts. You see the purple Champion trucks and their belt buckle logo all over town. Champion believes in doing things the right way the first time. They show up on time, respect your home, they respect your money, and they do the work like professionals should, helping you sleep better at night. So when you need reliable AC, plumbing, and electrical help from people you can trust, call Champion Home Services at 210-528-1604 or go to championac.com. Trustworthy, Texas-proud home services, championac.com. And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Stay on top of the latest news wherever you are. Stream KTSA on the go. This is News Talk 550 KTSA and FM 107.1.
That's our friends from ACE. How long has this been going on? Well, just since Trump got on the scene, he has endorsed in 26 so far 117 candidates, and so far in 26, 117 candidates have won. So now, Sean, let's turn to our very own snake handler, Jack Riccardi, for a breakdown of the latest on all this. Hello, Jackson. How are you this morning?
Snake handler.
Yeah, I can see you picking up a couple of.
I feel like I've come in the middle of something here.
Shades of RFK Jr. on Dr. Oz's lanai, picking up a couple of black
racers.
Yeah,
no kidding, wrangling the snakes.
I can see you doing that.
Has he hit any animals with his car lately?
And of course, you wrestle an alligator every once in a while. I know that.
Bringing dinner home. Yeah. Oh man, no.
So the Paxton thing happened. We all of us agree that it was probably going to last time we talked about this. But did you think it was going to happen in the first 3 seconds after the polls closed?
Yeah, no, that was very surprising. But it kind of speaks to the theory that this bodes well for the Republicans, because the question about the Republicans in the midterm is their enthusiasm. A landslide for Paxton is enthusiasm. You know, it's not people picking the lesser of two evils or reluctantly rejecting Cornyn. They couldn't wait to get him out of there. I mean, I know it wasn't a high turnout election, but whoever turns out makes the decision.
You know, during the election, Cornyn beat Paxton, and so this was just a runaway the other direction. Was it Trump's backing, his okay last week? Is that what flipped this thing in such a drastic way, or what was it?
Yes. I mean, I think that's the number one factor. You can say other things. You can say the Wesley Hunt voters probably all went to Paxton. But, yeah, I think as you cited with the statistic, clearly Trump gave the orders, and that again is why I say this is good for the Republicans, because now it shows that maybe he can motivate or what's the word I want, mobilize his MAGA voters in the midterm, something he's never really been able to do before.
Tallarico's already. I mean, last night he put on Facebook this post that's all black, in very dramatic letters. Join the fight. Ken Paxton is the most corrupt politician in America. And very dramatic, And you said yesterday that Cornyn actually did Paxton a favor by trotting out a lot of this personal stuff on his campaign, because now it's kind of old news as far as Ken Paxton, because Cornyn made such a big issue out of these things. I mean, is Tallarico going to change his game plan up, or is it just Ken Paxton is corrupt and he's divorced, and he's awful, and all that stuff?
I think, the malady that the Democrats suffer from is that they always think they're the good guys, and they always think whether they're defending, boys in the girls' locker room or whatever, they think they're the good people. So Paxton, the Paxton-Tallarico race is a race between a guy that has a personal life that's screwed up, and a guy that is trying to screw up your life, and basically advocate for a bunch of obscene, pervy positions. Welcome Matt at the southern border. Trans people are most important people to me after my family. I mean, just a lot of garbage positions that actually matter. Whatever Paxton had going on with his marriage, it doesn't matter to me.
Right.
It's not going to change my life. So that's the choice that Tallarico is setting up. And again, let them believe, if they want to believe, that they're the good guys and everyone will see that and it's good versus evil, fine. No problem.
There's a bunch of people in America pissed off right now that rhinos, John Thune, John Cornyn, and all the others that we talk about all the time have not passed the Save America Act. How much did that factor into this last night?
Well, that's what Scott Pressler said. Everybody he talked to told him that they had been Cornyn voters. Some of them had even voted for Cornyn in the first round, but that was conditioned on him coming to the light on Save America Act, something they believe he could have done, and I believe he could have gotten it over the finish line. I think he was powerful and influential enough in the Republican leadership that
yes.
could have happened. If he had put it to them that way, hey guys, you want to save Texas, you want to keep it red, we need this, but there's got to be some. So I don't mean to dodge your question. Yes, I think that was a factor.
You're not.
Don't you think, Trey, that there must be some deep well of big money opposition, both parties, to Save America Act? Because John Thune and John Cornyn, if nothing else, would just take the 80% position. They don't have to be men of principle.
That's right.
They just have to not be idiots at math.
There's a pile of cash.
Why would they take the 20% position unless they were under tremendous pressure?
There's a pile of cash out there.
It has to be.
One of the first people I thought of last night was Ted Cruz, because Ted has been, as far as I can tell, trying to create a little daylight between him and President Trump right now with ideals at maybe 28. Well, that's fool's errand, because if J.D. wants it or Marco or the two of them wants it, Ted, you ain't getting nowhere near the White House with those guys up there. So when you look at what happened last night to John Cornyn and Chip Roy, are we in an anti-incumbency moment, and somebody like a Ted Cruz better be very careful what he's doing?
Yeah, I would include John Thune in that. I think John
for
Thune
sure,
was as
absolutely.
big a loser last night
absolutely.
as John Cornyn was. Look, the messaging was very clear. Yeah, I mean, across the board, people chose the least. What would you say? The least incumbent?
Yeah.
I don't know how that breaks down in the AG race, because they're both incumbent office holders. But maybe Chip Roy is a guy we see on TV in Washington a lot, and we don't know who Mays Middleton is. So okay, but I don't think it was a good night for people that are trying to be Republican establishment types. No.
Jack, if you pick up a pizza at Domino's and you think it's subpar and you want your money back, should you have to bring the pizza back to get your money, or should you just take store credit?
I will have already eaten it, so that will not be possible for me. I when I'm around even bad pizza, I'm just a slut about pizza. I can't help it.
He's a pizza slut, man. Jack Ricard is a pizza slut.
Yeah, I have no standards. I can't answer.
You know what? I'm gonna
it's
get
gone
you
before we can make that judgment.
I'm gonna get you a T-shirt, pizza slut. I'm gonna get.
How do you know I don't already have one?
If you're gonna be a slut, be a pizza slut. It's the best kind to be, man. Wow.
Oh man, I would have never figured Jack Ricard to be a slut of anything, much less pizza.
Well, but he is a big fan of pizza.
Imagine somebody tuning in just a second.
It must be a really interesting show for them. I guess I'll tune in tomorrow to hear more of this slut talk.
That's right.
Snakes and sluts.
Oh, my God.
Snakes and sluts.
Well, and now they're playing the music, which obviously it's about time.
Thank God.